Stream can hear us. Hello, hello.
Guess
Hello,
what I
stream?
got? So
What did you? Huh?
I've got a curly whirly chinny.
Oh, yeah.
But
Curly whirly.
these
What the hell is that?
these things
Chocolate.
are tiny now. They used to be way bigger than this.
They did, yeah. Well, I went off curly whirlies because Tom at work bought like 20 curly whirlies to the office and we just devoured them.
Oh, no, they're good though, aren't they? I do like curly whirly.
Yeah, they are good.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question, just real quick. Do me a favor.
Y'all?
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some music. Tell me if you can hear it.
Okay.
No.
No.
Okay, you can't hear that.
No.
Good, because that means that I can multitask if need be with Firefox, and not put it into the recording or through Discord. So
Oh.
With you.
that way, I can, if I need to queue up a video or something, I can do it on Firefox. And then it won't bother the podcast. It won't bother the stream. It won't bother you.
Bother me because you're distracted. I can tell when you're distracted.
Yeah. Well, it's good. They're actually quite good curly whirlies, even though they're really
See,
small.
Stu
now.
just has his own conversation, doesn't he? Just doesn't even
Well, why wouldn't we?
still on the curly whirlies. Like
I don't mind a curly whirly.
no one asked.
Okay.
You know what? Curly whirlies are a garbage chocolate. How about that?
Oh, how could you say a thing like
They're a
that?
dirty, filthy chocolate with holes in it. Should be burnt at the
Yeah,
stake.
you see, that
Oh,
makes
that's
them
what you
cheaper,
really
doesn't
think.
it?
Just because a polo's got a hole in it doesn't mean it's better.
You remember when they used to sell the holes from Bolos?
Yeah, yeah.
You remember that? Like, don't do it anymore. What happened there?
Are we ready to begin?
Well, that's the end of that conversation.
I don't know what they did with the holes of polo, Stu. I don't know. I'm too busy putting in links.
So what
in
did
the
they do
thing.
with them now?
Don't know. I remember buying them though and eating them, thinking, this is
Yeah.
funny."
This is a novelty.
It's almost like
The
it
whole
was
of
a
Polo.
marketing gimmick that faded away.
Maybe it did, maybe it
What a
did.
cynical
No, don't
perspective,
start. I
man.
can't announce the show. I'm eating a curly whirly. Flipping out.
Well, there's a theme song. It's gonna be at least 30 seconds before you have to
Shove it in your
clear the
fucking
garbage
gob.
out of your mouth. By then.
I don't know. I'm eating a curly whirly, man.
Let's start the
Oh
motherfucking
shit! Now I'm having to chew
jailbreak.
faster.
Oh, shut up.
Yes, chew faster. That's right.
Oh my god. Dip it about.
Welcome
Shit.
yo to the veteran gamers.
Wario cheese!
Me and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite savior. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
Noise! Console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Listen, I don't have time to play with the phone here. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done.
Hello and welcome to episode 581 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 581. Hello, everybody. This is Duke talking.
Yeah, Stu talking, I guess.
This is Chinny. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are
hello.
not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
That's right, and we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, 9 p.m. Sundays. I've got a game show for you two.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, a game show.
Now, there's a lot of panel shows in the UK. You don't really get them in America, but there's a lot of panel shows, comedy panel
Well, there's a
shows.
great line in the movie Quiz Show about panel shows, but that's a different matter. Go on.
And one of them is called Would I Lie to You? And I wanted to
Okay.
introduce you to this format tonight, Duke.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to tell you two three lies.
Oh, would I lie to you?
Shut up.
Got you 3 lies, yes.
Three
All right,
lies. No, sorry, two lies.
2 lies and 1 truth.
One truth.
2 lies and 1 truth.
I do this with my students too. This is fun. I like
Now, if this is a gaming podcast, so if I was a smarter man, I would have made these gaming related.
Whatever.
Okay.
But this is a game within the gaming podcast, so it
That's
fits
right.
perfect.
But these are Tara related.
Okay.
Oh,
My wife, Tara.
Okay.
Truth is that you love her. That's the true one.
Tara reminded
Or
me.
you hate her.
Tara reminded me of a fact today, and I was like, I bet not a lot of people know that about Tara. So,
Okay. We're gonna learn something about Chinny here. Okay.
Okay, here we go. So
Here we go.
the first one is
Yep. Mhm.
Tara has a famous cousin who is soul singer Beverly Knight.
Oh, so we're not learning about you. We're learning about Tara.
This is Tara. It's all
did you not
Tara.
listen?
I did not see it.
Listen.
Well, he said it's Tara related, but I didn't know it was just about her. Okay, so Tara has a cousin who's a soul singer named blah blah blah. Okay,
Beverly Knight. Google Beverly Knight, Duke. She's very, very
Yeah,
famous.
she's famous. Very
I'm
famous.
not going to do that. Okay, I believe you that she's famous. Go on, number 2.
Go.
Go. Tara can speak fluent French.
Oh, très bien.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
The third is Tara once saw Tito Jackson, brother of Michael Jackson, in Sainsbury's in Wolverhampton.
Okay. I'm gonna go. This is gut instinct. I'm gonna go with the Tito Jackson thing.
I am also going with that, and here's why. Je voudrais croire que le deuxième est le vrai. I know it's never the first one. I wish it were the second one, but I think it's probably number 3.
I'm going Tito.
So, Chinny, let me give you a drum roll, and you can tell us what the truth is.
Yeah. Okay.
Tara once saw Tito Jackson in Sainsbury's in Wolverhampton.
Pretty
We
cool.
got it
That's pretty
right.
cool.
That is
You
cool.
see, I think
Speak to him?
I'd have
No.
heard about the Beverly Knight thing if it was the Beverly Knight.
Never mind
thing,
about
so-
you. Did Tara talk to him?
No. The reason why Tito Jackson was in Wolverhampton, of all places, was Wolverhampton had a festival a few years ago, and Tito Jackson, for some reason, was there. I don't know why.
And while he was there, he's like, let me go to Sainsbury's.
I might as well pop into Sainsbury's to get my meal deal, sandwich, chocolate bar, and drink.
Or maybe Sainsbury's was the actual reason for his visit, and he's like, while I'm here, I might as well play at this festival.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he heard about Sainsbury's. He's like, I got to check out the Sainsbury's in Wolverhampton.
Have you been? There you go. That was a fun game. How have you enjoyed
That's
it?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a
Pretty
fun
cool.
game. Now, Stu, next week, you got to give us 2 lies and a truth about Kay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
think
Okay,
about
Kay.
it. Come back next
KK.
week. KK.
KK.
I hate the fact that that's a way of saying, yes, I understand online
KK.
now. It's just one letter away from
Yeah.
swearing your allegiance to a terrorist white supremacy organization.
Yeah, which we're not going to do right now.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way, but there you go.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Every time I see KK, I'm like, why are you about to say KKK? You're 2/3 of the way toward hooray for the KKK. Like, it's
Wow.
weird.
Wow, your mind works in
Anyway.
a weird way, dude.
I just
Yeah,
don't
it
think.
is
I think Duke
When I see
spends so
2Ks,
much.
I think there's a third one nearby.
I think
That is a-
Duke spends so much time going against them or any sort of supremacy like that he can't help just blurt it out. You know, he's
Yeah.
like,
It's the thing that every human does. If you see 6 and a 9 near each other, what do you say?
oh, look at that number 69.
Yeah. Wow, what do you think we said?
This is one
And if you
away
see
from 70.
You're like, ooh, it's almost 666.
I think, hey, if you try hard enough, any number can be a sexual position.
667. It's the neighbor of the beast.
exactly.
Wow.
Anyway, I got a story time.
My favorite time. Story time.
Now, it's not as exciting as Tara seeing Tito Jackson at Sainsbury's,
That's
but
right. Yeah.
I think it's pretty exciting.
Mm.
We moved into a new place, as you know, in October of last year.
The farm,
The farm, Chipmunk Hill.
Chipmunk Hill.
And
did.
when we moved in, the guy who was living here, who built it with his own bare hands, took us through the place and told us about all the different things. Here's a stove we just put in. Here's a new heater. And
Here's
all
the
this.
building that I built over an ancient Indian ground. Don't worry about that bit.
Yeah, there's some noises in that room in the
Yeah.
basement, but just ignore it.
Don't worry about it.
So among the things that he explained to us was the liquid propane tank
Mm-hmm.
inside our
Of
house.
course.
Now, this was new to me because I grew up in Florida where we don't even have natural gas coming into our homes. It's all electric, everything. And then when I moved to Wisconsin in 2001, we had a gas furnace, but it was a natural gas line into the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this place, and I don't know how y'all heat your homes, but we had this big tank full of liquid propane out back.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't check it when we moved in. Maybe we should have, but we were like, yeah, it's probably fine.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's only gas. It's fine if it blows up. It
It's only
blows up.
gas. It's only gas.
No, it's not a
It's only
danger
gas.
to blow up. The danger is like how much is in there. It's probably enough to get through the winter. We'll deal with it in the spring.
Uh-oh.
Well,
oh dear.
at the end of January, around my birthday, I decided to check it. I'm like, I wonder where we're at. And it was about 25%. And I was like, all right, well, I don't know what that means because I didn't check it when we moved in, so I have no idea how much.
Yeah,
we
you've
used
no
it.
idea how much you've actually used.
No.
It was probably at like 30% when we moved in, so chances are we're good for quite a while.
But it was probably
Well-
at 70% when you moved in.
Yeah, probably. Who
Well, I don't
knows?
know, but here's the thing. On Thursday, I checked it, and we were at 10%.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So I said, hey, Duchess, we need to do something about this because we don't want to run out. And we probably got like 2 weeks left. If it was 15% over a week or over a month, we're probably good for a while.
Why don't
And
you ask her at this angle? Say, hey, Duchess, do you like being warm?
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Mhm,
That's the
mhm.
thing. She got the thermostat on like 50. And I'm like, well, what is it on? Freaking, I don't know your weird metric temperatures. But
That would be, I don't know, like a 17 degrees or something.
yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
16,
about
16.
17,
That's the.
She gets
Yeah.
pretty cold.
I feel like a standard
Now-
temperature in a British house should be like 20, 21. Stu, what do you think?
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
deal.
usually just around the 20 to 24 mark, I would have guessed.
24?
That's not how
Fucking
Yeah, that's
meta
probably
money.
too hot. Too hot, man. Too hot.
Anyway, the point is, I said, let's start looking into liquid propane dealers in this area. So we contacted our neighbors. We're like, who do you use? Who do you use? Who do you use? And they
Fuck
told
off.
us a bunch of names. We contacted a couple of them. One of them was really good customer service. Now, here's the thing. This is like story within a story. You ready?
Oh,
God.
my goodness.
As you may have heard, the state of Texas is in a state of chaos right now because there was a freak winter storm. They got snow everywhere and their power grid crashed. So there's lots of people in Texas right now freezing.
And you're trying to tell me there's global warming going on?
Well, that's a separate matter, kind of. Here's how it affects me, which is the only thing that matters.
Of
it
course
means
it is.
the price of oil and gas and everything's gone up.
Mhm.
So the price of we happened to run out right when Texas hit, and as a result, we have to pay more for our liquid propane. But we were willing to pay anything because it's like, come on,
Yep.
we're running out here. So anyway, the company we did business with was very nice. They actually said, the guy was like, I'll tell you what, let's pretend like you called me on Tuesday before Texas went bad, and we locked in a price then. And I was like, wow, that's really nice of you.
Wow.
You just made a customer for life. And it's a co-op, and we're doing business with co-ops rather than corporations whenever we can. The point is, they said we'd send someone out, but it's going to be 3 business days. This is on Friday. So we're like, all right, well, it'll probably be fine. Then I started worrying, you know what? They had these big ass, lorries that are, big. There's, we call them semi trucks. They're enormous, right? And they haul the liquid propane around. They're probably used to going up to someone's home and then running the hose from the street to the tank because they're very big trucks. Our house is back from the street. We got a windy driveway. So I was like, oh no, and it's on a hill. I'm like, maybe we won't be able to make it. We're going to freeze to death. I woke up on Saturday morning at like 4 a.m. That's why when we played video games yesterday, I was like, I'm not okay.
Oh.
At the start of it, you may recall, because this was all
I
weighing
do.
on This was weighing on me, man. I'm like, we're going to run out. We're going to freeze to death. Anyway, today, the truck just appears outside our house. And I almost cried. I was like, yay, he's here. Because I was thinking maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So he filled it out. He was like, it's fine. There's something that I got to come back and deal with. But generally, it's fine. Everything's great. But he said when he's filling it up, he goes, yeah, you're lucky you called because I think you would have run out overnight.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God.
No, it's
We
fine.
got-
It's only minus 15 outside. It's all good.
know, right? We got really lucky. So
Mhm.
anyway, that was my big exciting story for the week. And now I'm in a state of mind that's just like, everything's perfect.
Mm.
So it is minus 18 actually right here. Or it
I
was.
was close. I was
Oh,
close.
now it's 0. Never mind. It's 0 right now.
Oh, that changed quick.
I guess it was.
Yeah,
Ew,
fucking
I
hell.
know.
Minus 18 to 0 in 1
Ah,
minute.
they're
Wow.
It must have
American.
been minus 18 the last time I opened the app, and it was still up. And then it
American
was-
weather's mental.
Yeah,
Well,
I
in
think
a
go from
tweet
minus
to
18 to
Blackpool.
0.
It's 8 in Blackpool and 9 in Wolverhampton.
It is 9 in Wolverhampton. Yeah.
Balmy now. It's balmy here. It's that
And
warm.
26 degrees in Dili, the capital of East Timor. So
So,
anyway, that's my story time.
wow.
Cool.
Would you like to hear my bonus story time?
Oh my
Why not?
God, there's a
Oh my
bonus.
God!
Fine.
It's bonus
story time.
Bonus. As you all know, this is video game related.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, as you all know,
Are you seriously talking about video games? How
Mm.
dare you?
Mm.
I did not care for the moment in Life is Strange when the teenager launches into this monologue about daguerreotypes, right? That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Ain't no teenagers with that kind of stupid arcane knowledge.
No.
Bullshit.
No.
So here's the thing.
Most teenagers are stupid.
Just bullshit.
I've been teaching for 20 years. I've never had a student been able to do that sort of thing. Come on.
I hear you.
Yeah, bullshit.
But here's the thing. This week in my creative writing 2 class, we were talking about stories and realism and suspending disbelief. And I started in on my rant. Life is strange. And in fact, I pulled up the clip. I'm like, let me show you something from this game. Life is strange. And I played the clip, and she's like, the founder of the daguerreotype, Louis Daguerre, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no. I've been teaching for 20 years. I don't have any students who can blah, blah, blah. Nobody has that kind of arcane knowledge, not even adults. No teenagers have that. Give me a break. And this kid, I don't want to put him on blast, so I won't say his name, but his initials are MS. And he started because they don't speak. Nobody ever speaks. They just put in things in the chat. And he says, to be fair, I could talk about roller coasters like that. This kid is insane with the knowledge of roller coasters. He has studied them. He loves them. He wants to design them. Like, that's his thing. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, you couldn't just start giving a speech out of no. And he unmuted and he started talking exactly like that student in the game about roller, like who founded the first one, where it was. And I was like, damn, I have to eat my words.
Kids are sponges, Duke.
Some kids are. Now, to be fair, that's one in 20 years that actually did it. I think, to be fair, I might have had 5 or 10 over time who's been able to do that. So it is possible. I accept that, maybe I was not being fair when I said it's not possible. It's still very unlikely. But I will admit that he schooled me and proved that, okay.
I think we can all agree that Life is Strange is shit, though.
Yeah. Whoa.
No, I didn't say the game is shit. I said that.
Here's the thing, Duke. I think sometimes you underestimate kids.
I underestimate everybody.
I think you underestimate the kids, man. Some of these kids are fucking stupidly intelligent.
Now, I never said they weren't intelligent.
No, but some of them are obsessive about stuff. I mean, some kids are just obsessive about stuff.
Right, that's true, but it's very, very rare. It's very, very rare that they're obsessive about anything before the 21st century.
Yeah, you see that in the UK, kids are just rammed with history when you go to school. Because we've got.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they remember it.
I bet you most kids could tell you the year the Battle of Hastings took place.
Hold on, Stu.
1066, wasn't it?
Right.
There you go.
Hold on, Stu.
There you go.
Just Stu.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to butt in here, but I don't think you should be the spokesperson of all young people, because I just saw a TikTok of a chap who asks British people questions, right?
Okay.
Like, how many countries are there in the UK? Right? Or name this person, and it's a picture of Drake, and they instantly say Drake. And then name this person, and it's a picture of Winston Churchill, and they say, I don't know.
Drake.
Yeah.
No, they say
there are people like that.
Look, or when they show them a picture, hold on, of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
And say, I think that's the president of America.
They're way off.
These people exist, right? There's both ends of the spectrum.
Yes, there are. But there's a lot more of the dummies than there is the geniuses who remember one particular historical fact. Now, if anybody's wondering what I'm eating, Stu was talking about what he was eating. Oh. That's me. I care for a Rolo, sweet Xena. I am eating some Rolo candies right now.
Okay, I'm reading the chat. I don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to understand what that means.
Right. Okay.
I'm just doing the
so we got Rainy Lamb in the chat. We got Sumu in the chat. Soul Brother, it's a stinky poo. And then It's a Stinky Poo says, "Good evening, guys. Something I need to ask you. When you become gamers of the veteran lifestyle, what will you play?"
So I think it means when we retire, when we're old.
Right.
So what we're gonna play when we're actually
probably the same thing over.
The same shit. It's like whatever's out at the time.
Different decade.
Yeah. And then Sumu, and this is the question that stumped me because I don't know what he meant. Was
I don't know what he means.
I've got a question too. How come we bust our ass all week for troll armor, but Diva Chinny turns up on a Saturday and gets it. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I do now know what that
We
means.
should start talking about it, shouldn't we?
We should
Oh
talk.
God, is that Valheim? Is that what
We
he's
should
talking
talk about bloody Valheim.
Yeah, let's do that.
I love this track. I love this track. And the Chris Matthews family. And the Duchess. Rewind selector.
Yes. We've been playing Valheim, and now when I streamed this yesterday being Saturday, so it's on our YouTube channel. And when I started streaming it, people were already saying, a bit late to the party, aren't you, Chin? I'm like, what? I only knew about this game. Yeah.
Jesus, how long has it been out? It's
I'm like,
weeks.
a bit late, Chin. It's like I'm streaming Minecraft, going, oh, have you checked out this Minecraft? And I'm like, give me a fucking break.
It's ridiculous.
That's the first thing I want to get off my chest. Like, so I forgot who it was, but it was a bit late, yeah, to the party.
Wait till they find out how long it took you to watch The Wire.
I know. Yeah.
I know, yeah. Totally.
But anyway, yeah, we've been playing Valheim. We played it together, and we played it. All us three started from scratch. Now DQ had a bit more experience than us.
That first boss.
Yeah. And this is for people that don't, for the 4 people that don't know, Valheim is the hot shit. It's the game that no one knew about at the start of the year. It's that game that seems to happen every year where you go, what are you looking forward to this year? And then this game comes out of nowhere. It's everybody's playing it. It reached a lot of sales very, very quickly. It's made by 5 people, and it's just taken, and it's one of the most viewed games on Twitch. It's
already, just to put it into context, in 3 weeks, it's sold 3 million copies.
Yeah.
And it's the number 7 most played game on Steam right now.
This is a phenomenon, to put it mildly.
And it should be seen as a phenomenon because, I mean, it's got things that no other game has, like building.
Yep, building.
And, survival and killing.
Boss fights. It's got boss fights.
Yeah, I mean, what other game has that? None of them.
Yeah.
Scott Patton says, shout out to my daughter Grace, who's enjoying her first VG live stream. So we
Wow, how old's his daughter?
Can't say any rude words.
Yeah, a bit concerned.
Hello, Grace.
Yeah, hello, Grace. I'm guessing she's a gamer, so that's good.
How old is Grace?
That's what I'm asking.
So yeah, we've been playing Valheim.
Valheim.
The Norse adventure game.
So let's get into it. I've got a couple of theories and things why I think it is so successful, but I've also got a bit of a confession, but I'm not going to tell you what that is yet.
Okay.
Let's hurry up and talk about the other things. We can get to the confession.
Yeah.
So
why do you think it's successful, Chinny?
Oh, what do I think? What I think is, I mean, it's when I started out playing this with you two, I was like, okay, there's nothing really very different about this game that sets it apart to other games. But until the first thing I said, I think when I was like, God, it looks rough, like I was, oh God, what is this? But when you think about Minecraft, and Minecraft is rough when you look at it, but it's kind of beautiful in its own way. But anyway, I was like, what is it? What is it about this game? But I think what it's done is it's looked at all the things that these kind of games do, these survival games, and gone, right, what are the stigmas that for some reason stick around, like dying and you drop your stuff and for some reason it just disappears. Like, let's get rid of that because that's crap. Let's make things easier let's make the user experience more fun. So let's make crafting easier. Let's make sure that weapons don't completely destruct. You can just repair them. Let's
right, and I hope they don't change that. And not only can you repair them, but you don't have to use materials to repair your stuff, which is very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the most slickest of games in terms of how you do things, and it's not like everything's like super simple and obvious when you go into the game. But once you sort of dig down a little bit. Apparently Grace is 18, so we can swear anyway. So when you
it's fine.
When you fucking dig down this shitty fucking
fuck that shit.
So when you dig down a little bit, you start to go, okay, they've simplified things. They've got away things that are just not fun, and put in things that this genre needed, i.e., a goal, which is to kill big things like bosses.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt,
No,
but
that's right.
no, I don't. The other thing I think is there are sometimes just games like this that just catch on, and for whatever reason, it becomes this snowball effect. So that a few people get excited about it, they share it with their friends, they share it with it just makes noise, and the hype builds up. Not because they had a big advertising budget, but because it just caught on in the same way GameStop was like, hey, let's all do this now. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, there's a bit of that, but there has to be a layer of quality underneath the game for it to do that.
There's some music that gets popular for no good reason, isn't there?
I don't know. I would like the one I could the song that I can think of that went crazy, of recent times was the Old Town Road, right? So that song Old Town Road,
That's a good song.
which I think is a good song. I mean, it does get overplayed and people start to dislike it because it's overplayed.
Call Me Maybe is not a good song, but that was popular.
Well, but it's not a good song to you.
No, it's not a good song objectively to any human being.
I think you're wrong.
What about Baby Shark? What about Baby Shark?
Anyway,
The
my
kids
point is
love
that-
I danced to Baby Shark when I was forced to do it on the 24-hour live stream when some.
we had a GIF of a shark dancing. That would be perfect for this moment. Anyway, my point is that I think this game is good, even though I think sometimes games get popular. I don't think Among Us is a great game. I think it's fun, but I don't think it's like a great game. I don't think it made sense that it caught on. I think the fact that it's community based is what made it popular. And I think that this game is different from other games of its sort because it's so focused on community. You really can't. I doubt. Maybe you can. I don't know. I think you'd have a hard time with the bosses by yourself.
How many? Does anyone know how many people can you have playing in the same
10
server?
Yeah, there's a question for the community.
10.
And thanks to Sumu for reminding us to the thing we haven't talked about yet, which we need to, is that the trees fall over.
Not only that, they fall over and kill you.
Yeah, they do.
I got killed last night by 2 trees falling on me at the same time.
Don't you watch where they're falling, dude? They give
I
you
know,
time.
but they also hit other trees that then fall on you.
That's why you
No.
knock it down and you run.
We played this game for 2 hours 58 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say it was about 3 hours.
2 hours
wasn't
58 minutes and 22 seconds. Right.
it? Exactly.
Exactly.
It was a stopwatch.
That's how long the live stream is anyway. So, and honestly, when I came away from that going, that was fun. I don't know why I've got some fucking tickle in my throat. Right, okay. Oh my god, it's still there. Right, hold on.
While you're clearing that, I will say that I when we went in, I asked them if they wanted to join the Seal server, which is built up and we already had a lot of supplies, or if we want to start fresh. And they were like, let's start fresh. And I was like, that's cool. I was glad we did because it was a lot less. I thought it might be a little boring to go through the same things I'd already been through, but it wasn't.
No.
And that's partly because I don't mind doing the same things over and over again.
No,
but the other thing is that it helped me to understand some things about the game that I didn't really get before. So I had never really hunted a deer before because there are people on the SEAL team who were like, here's some armor, here's this, here's that.
Yeah.
What was quite cool as well when we sort of started forming strategies. So we'd you'd go head on, we'd flank. The deer would maybe.
Sorry,
Jimmy,
man.
are you back or are you back on your phone still?
Are you back?
No, I'm back.
The stream can start up again.
The internet stopped, which means I had to wait for it to restart. It usually takes a while to restart, and then Tara's watching a film, but that stopped because it's connected to a Chromecast, which is connected to the Amazon Prime and all this, and then I got to unplug the TV and.
Oh, yeah. Wait, unplug the TV.
Well, basically, I got a smart TV, right? But it's
not that smart when there's no internet.
Not that smart when there's no internet. So sometimes, when you're using an app from your phone to stream a film, so we use the Amazon Prime app. If something happens like it disconnects or it buffers or something, it's better to restart the app on the phone. But sometimes it's better to just unplug the TV and plug the TV back in, and it just kind of resets. Pretty much. And you know what? People make fun of that bit of. It is like one of the best solutions to most technical.
And here's the thing. I feel like the more and more sophisticated every device becomes, the more organic like they are. In other words, my phone needs to sleep sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
I've started switching my phone off.
Not just rebooting it, but like it needs its power source, which means it needs to sleep. That's kind of what we do when we sleep. We regenerate our batteries. So I'm thinking about our internet router, my PC, my phone. Like these are all kind of organic devices. They're living things, man.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Anyway,
is deep,
we're
dude.
glad
Deep.
you are, we're glad you are.
I'm back. Who knows for how long? But hey, there you go. I think the internet just went off for some reason, which sometimes it can do.
Yeah, I've had that happens here. We've had that happen.
I think
Virgin, man, the shit.
started reading the new book. I'm liking it. What book? What are you talking about?
No, you got lots of. Look, dude, you're always writing books. You don't even know what you're
I
reading
don't
anymore.
expect people are going to be reading that shit. Why would they?
Terrible.
Anyway.
So Valheim, we're done talking about Valheim. Ready to move on?
No.
We just talked about it for like 10
We
minutes.
can't know you've been fucking gone.
I've got a confession about it.
All right.
Ooh,
Okay.
wait.
Did you tell lies and you'd played it already?
It's been a while, so we're going to hear the whole theme.
Hey kid, I want you to spill your guts. Tell us everything. Everything.
Okay, I'll start.
Now, I can't remember who made that theme for me.
Me, I made that.
Take it home with you.
So, after we played, that was the first time I played it, by the way, with you two.
All right. Okay. So that's not the confession.
After we played it, I had a look into the SEAL Team Discord server.
Yeah,
I saw
they've gone nuts.
I saw that they were playing it.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So you played even more with them.
So I said, "Hey, let me in. Let me in the server." Let me in. So they've got a full, dedicated server for
And it's
Valheim.
persistent. Sorry, we should explain. The one that I set up is on my computer, so when I disconnected, it's gone.
That's it.
I have a
Dedicated server, which is exclusive, by the way. I can't just give it out willy-nilly.
You can't play with us, people.
But I've got a whole town in PUBG named after me, so I'm allowed in.
Oh.
So I said, "Let me in," and it was like, because if I'd have walked away from what we played yesterday, I would have gone, "Hey, that was an okay experience. I still don't see the big deal." Right?
Okay.
Like it, to me, what we did was fun, but it wasn't massively different from what we've done in other video games in that sort of realm. Do you know what I mean? I was like, that seemed fine.
What's so different about the SEALs? What makes them better than us?
Yeah.
Because it was like a flash forward of let's go into a server or an alternative universe where you've been playing this for 3 weeks non-stop, and all you've been doing.
Spaceships and shit, and they got,
pretty
like, laser
much.
guns and
I've gone from rubbing sticks together to flying cars. No, I haven't really. But what would happen? So you go in, and I haven't got any video footage because I didn't stream it. But I went in, and I was like, all right, let me in, great. And there's about eight of us in there, sort of doing our thing, and I know most of them and all that sort of stuff. Do you remember in The Walking Dead when they have that gated community in about season 5, 6?
Yeah.
It was fucking like that, right? And I was like, they had this whole wooden fence around this whole city, and they just made this city. And I was like, what? And when I say city, I mean there's no skyscrapers or anything, but there's large buildings in there.
Yeah, there's no skyscrapers. Sorry, you had to say it. You can't make skyscrapers in this fucking game because after you get to like 4th floor, it starts crashing down. You can't build too high. What the fuck is that about? Give me a break.
Vikings didn't have skyscrapers. What's the matter with you?
What? They didn't have magical deer that were gigantic and shot lightning out of their eyes either.
Well, not to your knowledge. But anyway, so I had a whistle-stop tour by Real Kahuna from the SEAL Team podcast. He says, like, guess whose tower this is? Who likes to build towers? Like, this is Duke's. And it was kind of falling apart.
It's a piece of shit.
It is a piece of shit. So they'd made like workshops, stonecutter things, a portal sort of gate thing
Yeah,
where
you can do fast traveling.
fast traveling everywhere. And then, so we were doing this, all this and this, the blah, 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 houses, and like a house for people that don't have houses, and a Walmart or whatever. And they said, well, Fraser joined in. He says, oh, lads, can you help me? I died in this thing, and my stuff's there, and I need to. And I went, he died twice in the same spot. I was like, all right. And I said, I don't know what to do. I felt like a little child. I was like, I don't know what to do. Please give me something to do. And they was like, well, you could come on this journey for us to save Fraser's stuff. I was like, all right.
Save Fraser.
So all of us went on it. There was about 8 of us. It was a bit of overkill, to be honest. And we went through this portal, and I'm like, great. And then there was a boat, and I was like, there's water in this game and all this. So you get in the boat, and there's this fuck off ocean in there. And we had to sail across the ocean to another island, and that's where Fraser's shit was. And there's this. This says, "Oh, he got killed by a troll," and I was like, "All right, well, we can take out a fucking troll. It's a troll."
Oh no, the trolls in this game are
the troll's like fucking 30 feet tall, all right? Yeah. And I was like, Jesus Christ!
Just a minute. Now the earlier comments starting to make more sense.
So I went into this thing and I said, I've been watching a lot of that Wild Country documentary, which is about what was the name of the cult? The
cult Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh.
Rajneesh, that's it. And they all wear red, and I think it's what inspired Us and Handmaid's Tale and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of that, and they're all wearing the same colour. I go into this server, they're all wearing these blue troll outfits. I'm like, this is a little bit cultish for me, and it's all Vikings, and all that. And they said, hey, yeah, you can, and they gave me like the armor and the tunic and the helmet. And Sumu's pissed.
Because they guys sitting around. For you, it would take days of work.
Yeah, so they're just dishing things out. Me and Stu and Duke were rubbing sticks together, going, "Oh, I hope we get a rock." And they're like, "Here's 17 chests of rock." And I was like, "Okay." Right. Yeah, and it was just vast. And I was like, okay, now it's really starting to become clear. And what I said before about, they're really streamlined the game to what is fun. They've taken out some of the things that are hard, but they've done something that a lot of crafting games don't do, which is gives you a purpose, but made it a big, deep world. Like there is lots to do and lots of land to do it in. Whereas the limitations, and I know Minecraft is endless, but like Minecraft is probably the exception to the rule. But like things like I don't know, there's just tons to do. And when I see boats and I see like a stone cutter thing and like there's all sorts of crap that you can get into. And I was like, well, this is a living world that you can be a part of. And what I ended up doing, because I didn't really know how to do anything, was I said to one of the chaps in the Stevie, I said, look, give me something to do. I don't know what to do. And he says, well, I'm collecting wood. Help me collect wood. And I was like, I can do that. I know how to do that. So they gave me an axe and all this sort of stuff. And he had a wagon. And I was like, what the fuck's this wagon? All right.
A wagon.
All right. And I was like, oh, you put it in the wagon. You don't have to take it all back one by one. I was like, oh, so you put all the wood in the wagon. And I said, can I do the wagon bit? I want to take the wagon back and forth. That's I'll be the wagon man. And you pick up the wagon with your hands and you take it back to the thing. And it's just vast. The game is just vast and huge. And somebody on the server was just, all they were doing was sailing around the whole world. Like, that's all they were doing. And when we went to get Fraser's stuff on the way to see the troll, somebody, I'm not sure how you do it in Discord. I'm not great with Discord, but they queued up a song that played in the chat, and it was like what's that song? The I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
What is it, Duke?
It's Led Zeppelin. I don't remember the name of the song.
Oh yeah, it is Led Zeppelin. That was actually quite a good impression.
Thank you. And they were playing that as we were sailing in the boat. And bear in mind, I just came from rubbing sticks together. I go into this server, I get in a boat, and then I get Led Zeppelin going, ah! And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I feel like I'm Fry in Futurama, where he travelled 1,000 years into the future, and I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what is happening. That's it.
Immigrant song.
So I was like it felt like I'd time traveled. I just time traveled to a different era, and I'm like, wow, like this is way I don't know what's happening. Everybody's just doing stuff. What is going on? And then I realised like this game is really deep, really vast, and pretty simple once you get your head around it. It's not simple straight away, but it's not massively complex. It's just easy, and fun, and not it doesn't focus on beating you over the head and making everything really difficult. Things are a grind, but people like grinding in games, but it's pretty light on that stuff.
Fun. This is one of the things we were saying when you were resetting your internet, is that like that gameplay loop, which we talk about often, right? It's a lot of fun and it's satisfying.
Yeah. And I honestly, we spent about 20 minutes just trying to get this boat out of, like, it's glitched in the dirt, and we were like, there's just 8 of us dicking around trying to move this boat, and it's funny. It's a fun game with friends, with a good server. I get it. The thing is, I don't know how much I'll cling on to it. I mean, the thing that I said in the Seal podcast, because I made a house, I started to work out how to level terrain, and I started to build a house and all this sort of shit. I started to get bored as I was building the house. I was like, well, I'm probably never going to come back into this server anyway. So I just wanted to create an eyesore that they have to look at, and then eventually, because Fraser's super, strict, so he's going to go, you know what, Chinny hasn't been here for like a week, so we can rip this shit down.
Yeah, he's in the chat now.
Yeah, I know he is. And I just knew that, like, if I just create like this weird structure that vaguely kind of looks like I was trying to do something, then they would just kind of have to walk around it, and eventually one of them's going to go, can we just knock this stupid shit down? Chinny hasn't been in here for like 3 hours. I mean, that's like forever in Valheim time.
Forever in Fraser time.
No, I think I might dip into it again just to because it is a persistent world, and that is
can I just ask, what's the takeaway from this? That we're going to try and build something like that and get more people in?
I think the takeaway, Stu, is I think you should join the persistent world that the SEAL team have created.
Yeah, that's fine, right? That's fine. But part of me is like, well, it's not the same amount of fun when you go into something that's already done.
No, well, I think you should see it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Go and have a look at it. But I feel like we need to. That's something to aspire to.
Well, and the other thing is that when he goes into their world, it's not as though those bosses aren't available. You know what I mean? One of the nice things about this game is that it allows everybody to make progress on their own, even though the other people they're playing with have already made that progress. Because a lot of games, if you play co-op Rainbow Six or whatever, or The Division, right? Then your teammates achieve, they do a quest, it's done, like that's just finished, you can't do it, you know what I mean? Or they they get the boss and they kill it or whatever. Like this game is all about like making that sort of thing repeatable, which is very nice.
Yeah, no, I think we talked about this earlier, and it's funny you should say that everyone had roles, because we fell into that sort of thing as well when we were playing with, we all ended up doing our own thing. Like you were collecting rocks, I was collecting wood, Duke was just building stuff.
Yeah. And then we switched, and Chinny was building stuff and I was trying to get deer, and Stu was exploring. And it's nice when everybody can sort of figure out what they want to do, like what their role is going to be. But
I also think the game almost steers you in that direction in the way it's structured.
Yeah, like that. But that's what was happening in the Seal server was like, Neil was. It sounded like to me Neil was kind of taking care of the farming aspect.
Yeah, because you can grow plants and all that sort of stuff.
I was a wood bitch.
I was a wood bitch.
Wood bitch, because that was the basic stuff. I don't mind starting from the ground. I'm new to the server. I'm happy to do that.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And then the big boys, they were off fighting monsters, bringing back all that stuff. It's a cool game, Valheim. I do appreciate it, and I'm glad that I jumped into that other server as well, just to kind of. I feel like I'm a little bit more. enlightened, a little bit more aware of actually what people are getting out of it rather than what we played. Because I think, the first 4 or 5 hours, even 10 hours of this game is you just wandering around doing the basics.
So, just quick question.
Yep.
How do you level the terrain then? Do you have to get?
You need a hoe, or
and she doesn't want to work for you.
You need a hoe and a pickaxe, I think, is the story. Yeah, and then you can start to really fuck up the terrain and do all sorts of stuff.
I feel like this game is what Worm Online and Worm Unlimited was trying to be. And I mean, that game is much more medieval, so this is taking a different direction. But, those games are all about, like, trying to give you a lot to do and a lot of depth. And, anyway.
I think, are we done with Valheim?
I think we're
We
done.
only talked about it for an hour.
Okay, let's move on then.
Yes, let's move on. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Go.
No, I'll go. I remember the feature, the theme song.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I get consistently right every week, which is this.
Yeah.
Ginny plays a game that someone says to play. So
I'd forgotten about the great theme tune. I must admit.
Yeah, no, it's a work in progress. So, every week I say that it's only happened like twice, but every week, Stu or Duke will recommend a game that I have to play for an hour. And last week it was Stealth Incorporated 2: Game of Clones.
And these are the same people who made Stealth Bastard, which is a game I loved. So I assume this game is even better than that.
Yes, one should assume that, I guess.
He's being very equivocal.
Yes.
Means I don't know. But Shinny does this. He likes to play his cards close to the chest until he's ready to reveal. So he might have enjoyed it. He might have hated it. We just don't know. You can't tell. Shinny's got a poker face.
That's right. So, where do I start? So remember the categories was is it a hit or a piece of shit, right? But I think because the last game that I played was Celeste, and I think it wasn't fair to call it a piece of shit. I think so. It should be: is it a hit, a miss?
Funny.
Is it a hit, a miss, or a piece of shit? And I think Celeste was a miss for me. It didn't quite hit the mark.
You recognize that it's a good game, but it's just not for you.
It's just a miss.
Okay.
Stealth Inc., without doubt, is a piece of shit.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh no! Damn, that makes me so sad to hear that.
Now, I did not like this game at all.
Wow.
I just.
Now, to be fair, I haven't played it. I don't know, but I played the other one that this same team made. Why did you not like it?
I don't know. I just thought it was. I thought it would be something to do with clones. I mean, you do have clones on the screen here. This is the start of the game. So for people who don't know, it's a 2D puzzle platformer. So very much in the vein of Celeste and, what would you call it? What's the famous Super Meat Boy and all that sort of shit. But you've got clones running around. Well, you do it the first 5 minutes, and then all that shit seems to disappear. And then the aim of the game is to save a clone, pretty much in each little level. But I just didn't find it very entertaining. I didn't find it very fun. I didn't find the levels very good. I had no motivation to play it. I just didn't feel like it was doing anything crazily different. I feel like people will like this game. I feel like, Duke, you'll probably like this game. There is an air of quality. I'm not saying it's like badly made or anything, but I just thought it was really uninspired. It's like I'm not something that I was gonna pre-prepare. I played an hour and I was done. I was like, no, there is no way I'm playing it. And it's quite liberating now that I have this attitude of like, I'm fucking done, because I deleted Celeste. By the way.
Yeah, no, I imagine
I deleted it. Usually I'd stick it out. Do you know what I mean? Because like my OCD, and I'm like, no, I've got to finish it. And I was like, no, I'm just going to delete it. I'm fucking done. I don't want to play it. Right? And I like Celeste more than this. And I played this for an hour. Didn't like it. Didn't like the level design. Didn't think the puzzles were any good. Got bored pretty easily. deleted it instantly. So for me, Stealth Inc.
Wow.
2 was a piece of shit.
Wow, that is harsh.
Well,
It is
I
harsh.
appreciate your honesty. I know Chinny's never gonna lie. Make me feel better. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I thought,
So
I wonder if it's the game is very different or just like our taste in that particular kind of game. Is different.
yeah, I think you'd probably be a lot more lenient on it. I think you would like it. I think, but I don't know. I just thought it was very like standard. Like the level, the bar has been raised so much on these types of games for me. And I think if this was 2008, this would be like, oh my god, this is an amazing game. But it's not. It's 2021, and I feel like we've done this kind of format to death, and it didn't offer anything new to me.
Well, all right then.
That is fair enough.
So that means Stu, you need to give me a game.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I am ready.
Go.
It is about time.
He's gonna give me something.
It is totally time.
Go on.
For you to play Yakuza Kawami on
Which
the
one
Xbox
is
One.
that? 0 or
No, it's sort of one of the very first ones remade.
Yakuza
So it's,
Kawami? So is that Yakuza 1?
I think so. I'm always confused which Yakuza 0 is. I think is like a prologue, if you will.
That's a prequel to 1.
Yeah,
0.
I think so. And I
So
think
Yakuza
Kawami is-
Kawami, which is on Game Pass, I assume.
It is on Game Pass, yeah, so you don't have to buy it.
So you want me to play an hour of Yakuza for next week?
At least an hour. At least an hour.
Or is that like 2 cutscenes for that game?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that's kind of like the first cutscenes of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least an hour.
I suppose by an hour I will know if I want to play more. That's the thing, isn't it? Like the hour is for me to go, okay, you've got an hour to impress me.
Yeah.
Do I keep going? Okay, that's what it is. Yakuza Kawami for next week.
Okay.
Right.
There we go. It's
Stu,
locked in.
You got a lot of games to talk about.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about all of these, but I'm going to talk about a very little game. Very small game.
Tiny.
It's a teeny weeny tiny game called Florence. It's hard to even describe it as a game.
Okay.
Quite honestly.
I feel like that's every game you play. It's like, well, it's not really a game.
This game stroke not game has won a shit ton of awards. I mean, this has won a lot of awards. It's a weird pricing structure though. I picked this up on sale on Android for 89 pence.
So this is a phone game.
Yes, but it's also on Switch. It's on Steam. The Switch version of it was also on sale for £2.89. So
But on that Nintendo store, there is some fucking shit on
I
there.
know, yeah. So it's like the sale price of the Nintendo game is the same price as the full game on the Android normally. On Steam, it's £5 something. So it's
Okay,
I don't know,
Stu,
the price
you
is
need to
all over the
explain
fucking
what
place.
this game is. I'm watching it.
So
You need to-
basically, this game is a sort of interactive story about love and loss, I guess is the best way to describe it. So
Okay.
it's literally an interactive story about a Chinese girl who lives in Australia who falls in love, and then it basically breaks down a relationship in a game form.
Okay.
And it does that by using quite clever mechanics. For instance, like at the beginning of the relationship, when she meets this guy who's a cello player, they have conversation. So yeah, there's no actual dialogue. So there's no dialogue in this game. It's all done by, more show, less tell. So one of the main mechanics is little jigsaw puzzles. So the way they show how it's like awkward to make conversation when you first meet someone is by having more complicated jigsaws, and then as you get to know each better, the jigsaws gets more simple. So it's kind of an interesting mechanic. When they have an argument, for instance, in the game, the jigsaws become all jagged and stuff.
This feels unrelentingly cute, and it drives me nuts.
No, it is quite cute, right, Duke? But I would withhold your judgment because it's quite cool. I mean, this is like a flashback to her being a kid. So
Okay.
each chapter looks at a different part of a of the relationship.
There's a puzzle up here. 4 plus blank equals 11. Like, dude, you're not selling this game with this video right here.
Sums. It's a kid doing sums. So you're the
Wait,
kid.
seriously, that's how you're trying to sell it now too? You're gonna enjoy doing
Wow.
sums in this game.
They're not really. They're not difficult, but it's like it's.
I didn't say they were
it's just-
difficult. I said they were boring
Oh
as shit.
God. Look, there were 3 that you have to fill in, and then it does the rest because it's a story. It lasts
Right.
30 minutes. Holy
Okay.
shit! But there's some very clever mechanics. I've got to say, I was quite impressed. I think it's pretty cool for a little 30-minute game for 89p.
Okay.
You can't go wrong, and it tells a really great story. And I think there are aspects of this game that everybody can relate to in parts of their lives, in relationships and stuff.
Okay.
So there you go. It's cute.
Hey, I'm glad you
looks
liked
nice.
it. It is cute.
The music's
just-
great. It's a great sort of soundtrack.
Fair enough.
And it just works. It does a really, really good job of sort of emulating love and relationships in a game form.
Okay.
So when do you shoot people in the game?
You don't shoot any people.
Right.
Well, then it's a piece of shit.
There you go. But yeah, don't do social media. That's the message from this game.
Oh, social media bad.
Yeah, social
Depends on how you
media
do
is
it.
bad.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a cool little game. It's not going to be for everyone, but it's got a lot of awards and there's a lot of positive reviews on this. So,
And you
It's-
enjoyed it. That's the
and
important
I
thing.
enjoyed it. It was 30 minutes that I don't mind losing to this game.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
So there you go.
There
There's
you
not a
go.
lot else to say about it. It's only little. It's only little.
Okay.
Tiny.
Well,
in
then it's
fact.
my turn to talk.
It's your turn.
Well, there's a game we haven't talked about much lately. It's Red Dead Online.
Oh my god.
Arthur,
there's a
I
very-
got a plan, Arthur.
No, that's not in this game. That's the single player. They did a very important update. They fixed the volume glitch. But those of you who play on a console don't know what I'm talking about. Here's the
What
thing.
the hell is a volume glitch?
Up until now, every time I start the game, for whatever reason, it forces the volume of the game to about 10% of your system volume. So before I started it up, I always had on Steam, I always had to open the Windows volume mixer to have it ready so that when the game started, and it had to be after the actual game itself had started, it would drop it down to 10%. I had to pull it back up to the same level as the system volume. But now I don't have to do that anymore. Yay, because they fixed it. Thank you,
Yay.
Rockstar. Mwah.
Look at Rockstar.
Yeah. But there was a funny thing that happened recently. I was, because I don't know, but here's a question for you, Chinny. Let me ask a question, and then I'll
Yes.
tell you my thing. When you start the game up, where's your default? Where do you put yourself? Do you put yourself in New Austin? Do you put yourself on the Bounty Hunter? Do you put yourself in the camp? Do you put yourself in free roam?
Free roam, which usually puts
Oh, yeah?
you wherever you were last.
Yeah. I actually like starting in the camp now. It feels
Right.
like I've been adventuring since the last time I played, and I'm in a new place, and I got the camp right there. So if I check the dailies, because that's the main reason I go on.
Dailies.
The dailies. If I go and check it, and there's one for the trader activity.
Yeah. Or
I can still just
like
add
a
to it.
cooking one or something. You might get a cooking one. Like,
Yeah. But then I can just be like, oh, I need to deliver 5 animals in 10 minutes. I'll just knock that out. I'll
bam,
be good
bam,
to
bam.
go.
Yep.
Yep. But I actually did like 5 of the dailies today because they were like, first of all, they were
Catch a moose.
bounty hunters
Skin a moose.
in
Sorry.
New Austin. I
Yeah.
didn't mess with the moose. I ain't trying to fuck with moose. Where the hell are the moose?
Moose are right at the top right by that big waterfall.
I'm not going all the way up there. Screw that. I did get a haircut.
Yes, and well, I did that, but I got longer hair because I figured I
Yeah,
always
me
try
too.
I always try and think of what my character would actually look like in the Wild West, and I reckon I'd be quite a scruffy character, bad teeth,
Yeah.
which is pretty much where I am now, and I've got long hair in the game, and because I'm planning on growing my hair long again, by the way, in real life.
Ooh. Jesus, Chinny's back.
Jesus, Chinny's gonna come back if I can be asked. By the way, I don't know.
Chinny.
It's every day is a debate. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle this. But then I've grew it longer because I feel like my cowboy's just been lazy and he's just not had his haircut. So yeah,
Just can't be arsed.
no. But what happened today was we got attacked by 3 cougars. Me and Marsh. We got there's 3
my
cougars right in a row. One of them was a legendary cougar, so we killed those. Took 2 of them back for our camps and you know, some trader resources and stuff. Yeah, and there's some more missions that have been added to it, dude. I haven't played them yet, but they're all right, I've heard.
I did one of them. I expected there to be a little story, but it wasn't. It was just, I've got some work for you. Here, there's escorting a cart. And I told you about this when we were playing Valheim. I escorted the cart, and it was fine. It was there were, bad guys, monsters. There were bad guys shooting at us. I shot them dead before they could kill us. It was fine. I had to guzzle a lot of snake oil because I kept running out of Deadeye. But the thing that sucked was this mission was at least like 15 minutes of riding in this wagon to Armadillo or wherever. And I got done, and then I checked the dailies, and one of the dailies was ride like 5,000 feet in a cart or in a wagon. And I was like, I just did that, but it didn't count any of my riding in that wagon. Come on.
There's one. Go on.
I don't know if it's possible to like just get a wagon.
No, not really. The easiest thing to do is to do the trader resupply mission, all the goods and stuff, and just do it that way.
Yeah, but it's also like, I don't know, like I was in Armadillo, or maybe, I think it was Armadillo, because that's one of the Western ones in New Austin, or whatever. Anyway, it was Austin, like there were a bunch of wagons like sitting around, but I don't think it's possible to like hook your horse up to one of them.
No, I don't think you can do that.
Be.
No, yeah, you should be able
That'd
to.
be awesome.
Yeah.
So whatever.
That's the problem with this game. Is like it's so detailed when something like that isn't happening. It's so annoying.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they will. And that's the other thing. In Valentine, I don't think this was the case in the single player. Like there's a building kind of halfway built, and it makes me wonder if they're going to be adding something to Valentine.
No, but in the single player, that's also halfway. So the online technically happens before the story with Arthur and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then if you spoilers, but I won't spoil it. But in Red Dead, time passes. And if you go to that building at the end of the game, it's built. It's a shop. You can't go into it, but it's a shop. It's finished.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So that's why.
Anyway, here's the thing that happened. I start in the camp every time. Today, I started in the camp. It spawned me on my campfire. So as soon as I showed up, it was like ah, and like it doesn't instantly go out when you leave the campfire. So the fire kind of spread a little bit, and I was running to the water because I thought I needed to jump in it, but it went out halfway there.
Yep. Does happen.
I mean, Red Dead Online.
I had
awesome.
So yeah, I love it. I reached my 28-day streak today.
Ooh,
so that means I got
treasure map.
I got a treasure map. I got $100. I got some extra gold and all sorts of stuff. So 28 days of doing dailies in a row.
You didn't get $100. You got like $1.
No, I got $100. You get a $100 bonus.
Oh, $100 dollars, but not gold dollars.
No.
I was like, damn, you got 100 gold dollars. That'd be awesome.
No. Yeah, and I've still got a ton of treasure maps, so I've still got loads of like gold to go at, but I'm just sort of chipping away at it. What I'm doing is because in mid-March I think they're doing a new Outlaw Pass. Ooh. So I've completely leveled out the Outlaw Pass now. I've got the Outlaw Pass and I've completely leveled it. But every level is in leveling up systems in any video game, the higher you go, the bigger the gap to the next level. But with the Outlaw Pass, it's not. It's the same XP between each level, so it's quite easy to level up. And the reward for the Outlaw Pass at the level 100 is Arthur's outfit. Basically, you get Arthur's outfit. So I've done that. I've completely maxed out the rank of the collector role, which comes with some nice perks. You could say again, do.
I am the collector.
So what you do there, you collect random shit on the map. It's dynamic, so it keeps changing. There's 3 different cycles. And if you collect a whole collection, so there's 9 rare alcohol bottles, or there's 9 rare plants, or there's like 10 rare cards, where if you collect the whole set and then sell them, rather than selling them individually, you will get way more money, way more XP. But I was kind of doing it passively, really. I was doing it sort of just in the background. I wasn't really paying attention, and all of a sudden I'm ranked 20 on that. And what the one thing that it comes with is really cool. You get like clothes and trinkets and all sorts of stuff that when you level up. But the thing that you get, which is really, really good, is that you can use the horse to pick up stuff. So the horse picks up flowers and plants and things off the floor with its mouth. And you ride out and you grab it. You still have to press Y, but he picks it up for you, so you don't have to get off the horse.
Yeah, it is
So
nice.
I love that. I love that. I said to Marsh, watch this. And he went, what the hell? How would you do that? So yeah, that's an how he's like on that. But
Here's a
yeah,
question. I don't know if you know or other people in the chat might know. The thing that bugs me about the trader is that if I want to donate stuff to the dude, I have to go ride my horse, kill a deer, put it on the back of the horse, ride it back. You know, you're talking about the cart in Valheim. Is there a way to have a cart
Yes.
for the trader mission?
Yes.
Oh, really? Like
Yes.
not delivering the stuff. I'm talking about like going out and getting.
Going out and getting. Yep. So when you reach level 10, you are able to buy a cart, which is similar to what's on the screen now, and it can store up to 5 large animals. So the best place, this is a strat. You want to hear the strat for the trader? Is to set up camp in the Great Plains, which is where Blackwater is. Because there's always a random cougar that spawns, and there's loads of deer and loads of elk all over the place. And even when you venture into tall trees, there's lots of animals there, and there's also little ones as well, because you can carry loads of little ones if you can just put it in your bag. And then you can kill one elk, take it back to your camp. It's not that far. Go back out, and within if you spent half an hour doing that, you would get quite a lot of materials done for your trader. So plenty. That's the strat for that. And then once you unlock the wagon, you can go out, put stuff in the wagon. It's a little bit jank with 2 people, because if we were playing together, Duke, and I had my wagon and we were collecting animals and materials for me. You can't put an animal in my wagon. You have to drop it next to my wagon, and then I have to pick it up and put it in. So it's a little bit weird, but it does work. But yeah, so you can is the answer. But by the time you get there, you kind of work out, if you stay in the Great Plains, you'll get loads of animals for your traders. So yeah, there's that, and I had a bit of a mess because I've kind of abandoned the single player stuff because I was doing 100% on the single player on Red Dead, and I realised that I abandoned it because I've been spending so much time on the online. So I decided to go back to it, and I remember I had that problem with the opossum, right? Yeah. So you've got to, for one of the missions, you've got to get a perfect opossum, and I said before that I think the game was bugged. I thought the game was
easy to do that.
Yeah. I thought because I got one and it didn't register, and I was like, "Here we go!" Like, it's not working, and that kind of lost the momentum for me. So I tried again, and I read it, and the problem was I skinned the opossum, which I wasn't supposed to do. You're supposed to deliver the carcass of the opossum. Right. So I found one, and I got it right, and it worked, and I was like, "Brilliant." The problem is, I didn't have the other 2 animals that I needed for the delivery. You can only post them when you have them all, right? Which isn't a problem with the other animals, because all the other animals are small because they're birds, so you put them in your bag and they don't rot. But when you stow a large animal on a horse in the single player game, it rots. So I quickly Googled. I was like, oh my god, how long have I got before this bloody opossum rots? It's like 24 game hours. I was like, oh shit. So I was riding around looking for like robins and oracle bird, perfect ones, so quickly. I was like, right, I've got to get these birds. Found a robin, killed it, got it. It was a perfect robin carcass. Picked it up, stored it. I got all 3. Just as I did that, exactly then, the opossum dropped off my horse and said that opossum was now Russian.
Oh no!
So I've made a bit of progress. I'm trying to look at the positive and gone, look, I've learned now that it wasn't bugged. I know that I just read it wrong, so therefore I learnt that, and I've now got the other 2 animals which aren't going to rot. So I'm trying to keep a positive spin on it and go, okay. So I've
screw that.
So yeah, I'm trying to do the single player bit by bit. I got a few of the exotics and things like that, and I'm getting there, but it's tough work when you've got to fit in the online dailies and do it. I'm trying to do a little bit of the single player 100% stuff every day. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of Red Dead. So
it's a lot of work. You make it sound like a job.
It is.
It can be frustrating how I don't know, like if I sit down to play video games, like my first session of the day, whenever I have time to play, like the first thing I think of is like I want to get the dailies done on Red Dead. And then sometimes I feel like playing more of it and sometimes I don't. but
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I don't know, it's nice to keep getting that gold, but I mean, it works because you keep coming back. But it's annoying because you have to keep going back.
Yeah.
I think as well, once you start playing a game that way, where you're literally doing it just to get the gold, you're not playing the game anymore. You're literally just doing a chore.
Yeah, but the dailies though.
I
That's
know,
when
but
the
it's
real
a chore though. It is like, oh, just go and do.
It's not. I do
whatever
enjoy being in that world.
task
I
I'm being given to do.
Spent 3 hours yesterday gathering wood and stones.
Yeah, no, I enjoy being in the world of Red Dead. I do like being in there. It's a comfort place. It's exactly why Duke played Skyrim for so long. It's just I'm happy in there, you know. It is. I was thinking about this yesterday. Red Dead Online is an MMO. You know, it is. That's exactly what it is. I think the terms MMO and RPG. I mean, I'm not the first person to say this. Have all kind of become meaningless. You know, we categorized video games back in the day, in the SNES days and all that sort of stuff, as RPGs. And you know, when MMOs came out in the sort of noughties and stuff, they were MMOs and the rules wasn't written for them. But all these games have kind of merged together. You know, and Red Dead Online and the single player Red Dead 2 is a cowboy RPG. That's all it is. The single player. You are role playing. You are literally pretending to be a cowboy, and on the online, you are in a massive multiplayer world where you are role playing as a cowboy, and you are doing what cowboys do. You're just earning money, and that's all it is. And it's fun to be a cowboy. And I enjoy. A lot of people don't like the mechanics of Red Dead. They're quite sluggish, or they're quite, you know, the game can kind of take control of the character in some ways, or the horse can do what it wants. But I enjoy those mechanics.
You learn those rhythms too. It's a very fluid experience.
It is, yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna get on the horse, and he's gonna take a second to get up there, and then like, you know, you have to calm the horse when you're riding it, and you have to feed it beets every once in a while.
There's a rhythm with it. There is like a dance with it. You know what I mean? You know kind of how it flows. There's a flow to it, and it's very satisfying to me. I love the combat. I love fighting people. The way people animate when they get shot, and it's all so immersive to me.
And it's very good balance of things too. That's the other thing, is that there's a
That's
lot
it.
of games where you adventure and you have the action part, and that's it. And then there's other games where you're crafting or whatever, and that's it. And then there's other games where you're doing like tranquil things, and that's it. But this game allows you to choose: am I ready for action in this moment?
Yeah.
Do I want to sit around and craft things? Do I want to go fishing? This and
That's
that?
right. That's exactly it. I fished for ages yesterday because one of the things was to fish for 5 fish, and I just carried on fishing. I was like, I'm just going to keep fishing for a little bit.
Is it your footage, Chinny? Is this a video?
No, this is a video, so this is just some random video. But
Hey, you decorate Crips. Who cares? Why would you give him clothes?
no, I've decorated crypts. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, you got too much money, son. I look at how much it costs to decorate them. I'm like, I don't want to spend the money on that.
I don't know. My attitude with like buying stuff is I just kind of spread it around. Like, oh, I haven't bought this before, so I'm going to do that. And I haven't bought a new horse, and I'll do that. I got my horse's name is Gary, and he's way faster than the other horses. So at the moment, I'm saving for a rifle because the only rifle I've got is a scoped rifle, and when you come across a cougar, it becomes very hard to aim at it. I just need a rifle that's kind of locks on.
I'm saving for a weapons chest because I'd really like to be able to put my stuff that I don't use in the chest.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, and after that, I'll probably get a revolver because my revolver's pretty poor, and I think I need a better one. So yeah, it's just you know you
Grip too close before you got yourself a better revolver. Like you use the revolver every 5 seconds.
I don't know.
You look at him.
I very rarely use the revolver though. I always use the repeater and a shotgun. So
I actually start using the revolver when they're close to me because it's like I want to be able to fire a lot of shots at once.
Yeah. So when you say, Stu, like, oh, it becomes like a chore, Duke's hit the nail on the head. Really, like there are so many different types of tasks to choose from that once you get a daily out the way, like, you know, one of them's going to be easy, isn't it? Like change your hair. That's your brain settles there and goes, right, okay, I'm relaxed now. And now it just becomes like, what do I want to? Do I want to do a bounty? Do I want to get it some conflict? Do I want to fish? Do I want to sort my trading out? Do I want to earn some money? Do I want to do my hair? Do I want to change my clothes? And it just becomes this RPG, this like world where you just kind of live in a life as a cowboy. So yeah, Go on.
Sorry, like I think one of the things that's interesting too is that like in Skyrim, once you do all of the story quests and stuff and the side missions and stuff, there's Radiant quests where you can like go to the Dark Brotherhood and they'll go kill this person, but it's obviously just like a randomized thing and it's like chooses a target at random. The fact that, and that's kind of what the bounty hunter missions are in this game for the most part.
Yeah.
But there are also story, the legendary bounties or whatever. And it's so interesting to me that what I want is, I don't, because the Radiant quests on Skyrim got boring for me so quickly. I'm like, I know a robot is randomizing and just sending me out to do a thing. But with the Red Dead bounties, I'm like, you know what? I don't mind doing the same kind of bounties over and over again because it feels a little different each time. And there are those story-based ones waiting for me. So I know when I do get bored of these, there's these other kinds of bounties.
That's
right. And I just think it's interesting to see my own brain go, if there's a robot behind it, I'm not interested. But if a human cultivated it, then I'm interested.
Yep.
So anyway,
Red Dead continues to be one of the best games I've ever played.
One of the best games you've ever. That's a big claim. Actually.
One of the best online experiences of all time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is. Rocket League and this.
Fair enough.
All right. We should talk about a game.
I'm just going to talk a little bit about. Let's talk about this because I played this a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't really spoken about it.
I'm fascinated by this game, by the way. I think I could be into this.
So there's a demo. There's a demo for a game called Immortals: Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
And
I think it's Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix, whatever. But anyway, it's kind of Ubisoft's take on Zelda. Is probably the best way to describe this game. Because you have angel wings and there's gods and Zeus and Prometheus and they're kind of the narrators of the game.
Okay.
So they're quite funny as well. They're sort of always talking. And basically it's kind of like most Ubisoft games in so much as you're in a world and you gradually unlock it as you go along.
But it's a Zelda game as well.
But really. It is kind of a Zelda game. It is. And there's a lot of references to that. Just the way you get around. You have angel wings, so you can fly. You can climb up walls and cliffs and stuff. And there's a stamina meter. Yeah. So it's pretty similar in that respect. It was all right. I wasn't like, wow, this is amazing. But I think this is what I would say. If this was on sale for say 15 quid or so, I would probably buy it.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way I can do it.
Proper AAA full cost game right now?
It doesn't, to be honest with you, I didn't, until I sort of read a few reviews for it afterwards just to see what people were saying about it. I didn't realize it was a Ubisoft game.
It is a Ubisoft, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the standard kind of game.
No.
It's a bit more cartoony, it's a bit less serious.
Yeah.
Right. And it was all right. It was actually quite fun to play.
A lot of people are loving this, Stu. They're enjoying just like it's a very video gamey game, like kind of like
it is.
Ghost of Tsushima, where it knows what it is. It's not trying to be like this big grand thing or trying to do anything new, but what it does is very, very good.
It's just a Breath of the Wild clone, or is there some new element in it?
Not really. There's not really, apart from obviously the mythology and everything that the story revolves around. There was nothing. There was some puzzly stuff that worked quite well. There was a lot of moving around blocks onto pressure pads and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And also just figuring out how to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Like figuring out how to climb up somewhere and get there. And,
which is always fun.
Yeah, and there's boss fights. There's you sort of fight minions, and then there's a boss fight at the end of the demo. And the demo is quite a good demo. It's big.
Does your weapons break every 5 seconds?
No.
Oh, thank you.
So there's no breaking weapons. And basically the way it works is as you defeat bosses or open chests, you find better weapons. You find a better sword or a better bow. And they all have their own elemental properties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's one will be better at one thing than another, and so on and so forth. And it's the usual thing: light attack, heavy attack, dodge.
It reminds me of what was that game? It kind of felt like an MMO, but it wasn't. It was funded by a football player, written by R.A. Salvatore. Oh God.
Kingdoms of Amalur.
Kingdoms of Amalur. Yeah, it reminds me of that.
Yeah. It's pretty slick. I must admit, I was quite impressed with it. It's fairly slick.
Why do you want to wait 15 quid?
I don't know. I mean, I liked it, but I don't know.
You didn't love it. You didn't.
I didn't love it.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't.
I'm interested in it. There's something about it. I'm just like, you know what? I like games to just be, you know, a video game.
It's very much a video game.
Just feels like a game from 2010. You know what I mean? Before everything got
it's
mad.
Not trying to be like a major story or anything or some deep, meaningful narrative.
No.
It's just go around and
It's not got like you know, you're not going to connect to like raids and MMO elements and
no,
all this sort of shit. And I think that's video games from Destiny onwards went that way, you know. And I know we've been just banging on about Red Dead Online and stuff, but it still came with a traditional single player game, you know. Yeah, and I think that a lot of them just do that now, and that's the trend, and that's where the money is. But I think there's this need for games like Ghost of Tsushima and Immortals where,
and this I must admit, the combat did feel quite slick. You know, there's lots of like air attacks and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a lock-on mechanic. It's very similar to Zelda again, isn't it? You just
yeah.
on.
There's a lot of elements that I like Zelda, which is weird because I really enjoyed Zelda, unlike Duke. I quite like Breath of the Wild.
I spent 25 hours in Breath of the Wild, and I kind of liked it, but I was kind of didn't like it at the same time. Very weird Zelda for me.
I think you would like this better because it's a more traditional structure.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I love Wind Waker. I think Wind Waker is probably my favourite Zelda game, probably the best Zelda game ever made. But and this is more like that, I suppose, like traditional. It's got dungeons and whatever. Yeah.
Well, give the demo a go. Chinese, you know, it's on everything, so you can pretty much play it on everything.
No, I've got Yakuza Kawami to play, so I haven't got time.
That is true.
And I'm not playing this because I need to play Genshin Impact before I play this. So
yeah, Genshin Impact is another Zelda clone, you know, but does it in a fairly good way. Yeah, it's totally free. I should play more of that. I did like that, the bit that I did play.
Free, no charge.
It's true. I think we need to move on because we've got another quiz.
I got one more. I have to talk about.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me. Okay, people. Okay.
Wow. Everything.
I've had a game for a while. I have in my Steam library. I have a little shelf that has unplayed games, and generally speaking, I like to have something new each week. So I know Valheim was still pretty new, but I wanted to play something else. So I was like, and when I look at this shelf and I sit down to play games, I'm like, I should try one of these, but I don't know. And this was one that I kind of felt that way about. It's called Assemble with Care. It apparently was a mobile game, which then got ported to Steam. And it is fantastic.
Okay.
I started playing it because what it does is it takes you through itself. It's a very short game. There are, I think, maybe 14 or 15 chapters. It is a game where you fix things, and it teaches you the mechanics of it by, in the first level, you just unpack a suitcase. Now, so you get the hang of moving stuff around.
You're losing me. You're losing me.
But here's the thing. It is a little frustrating because it was designed for mobile. I didn't realize this when I was playing it, but I realized later. Because it was designed for mobile, it's not about dragging stuff. Usually in these games, if you have a mouse and you need to drag stuff around, you click, you hold, and you move the mouse somewhere else and you let go of the mouse button, right?
Yep.
This doesn't work like that. You click once, you're holding it, and then you move it to where you need to put it, and you click again to drop it. So once you get that, you figure that out, okay. But you have this workstation, and Chinny, you should fast forward. That's the thing. There's a really the story's not terrible, but it takes forever to tell the story, and the acting is kind of over the top, and the story, it should use. Here's the thing. You're fixing things for people. When you do, they tell you a little bit about who gave it to them, or the relationship they have with this object, or what it reminds them of, and that's a good, decent story. The problem is that it goes on and on and on, and the characters are talking all the time about what they do. But anyway, so the story is not great. It's not told very well. But here's the thing: the core mechanic is awesome, because you're looking at a level right now where you're just gluing a statue back together that this kid broke. So it's teaching you the way of putting glue on stuff and then reattaching stuff. So this isn't the most exciting level, but there is one where you like
you still haven't got my attention yet, Duke.
Well, that's okay. There's a level. I mean, most of the game is repairing things that you have to take apart. So you have to fix a camera, and you're fixing the phone right here. Yeah. And it's just like, it's so charming and it's so satisfying. You put the phone in the workspace and then you have to use the screwdriver to take the screws out, and it's kind of like building a PC or fixing something in your PC, because then you take it apart and you see, in this case, the bell is all worn out and broken, right? So you put the main part of the phone back in the workspace and you take that bell off, you put the new bell on, you reattach the screw. And it is kind of, it's like work, right? It's being a repairman, but it's very satisfying, because when you get it working, then it's like, yes, I fixed this, all the little pieces, and each thing you fix is more complicated than the previous thing that you fixed. So that eventually you're fixing a camera, you have to angle the mirror just right, you have to get the film and all of that. By the end of it, you're fixing a cappuccino machine, and it's just like, you have to get the pipes right, you have to connect the electrical system, and it's it's so charming, and the UI is so clean and satisfying. I liked it a little more each level until I got done with it. I was like, damn, I'm gonna play that again right away.
So you finished everything. You've done all the most complicated things.
I finished it in like 2 hours, probably maybe an hour.
So what's the most complicated thing you have to fix?
That's the cappuccino machine.
So that is the final thing you've got to fix.
And it's not super complicated, because it's not as though the pipes are, very complicated, but it takes a little while and some trial and error. And the other thing is that it gives you some options. So right here, you're fixing this sign for this woman in a restaurant. You have the choice of how you wire it. So that at one point she's like, what if it flashed? And so, okay, you put in a little circuit piece that allows it to flash. And then I realized my second playthrough, I'm like, I don't have to go right from the power source to the flashing bit. I can run it through the name of the restaurant and then make the circle around it flash. So it's that kind of thing. You have a little bit of choice. It's a little, it doesn't have any meaning, obviously, for anything, but it's just, I don't know. There's something about this kind of game where you are doing a little thing and it's down to the screws and wires and stuff, but it's not frustrating like a Zachtronics game can be, where it's like so infuriating. It's just, it's charming, it's cute, it's well made. I really, really liked it. If it came out last year, if I had played it last year, it probably would have been one of my top 5 games of the year.
Wow, that is a big thing to say.
Yeah, it is. And it's
about
weird.
a game where you're just gluing stuff together.
Not just gluing.
Well, yeah, unscrewing things, and It's
adjusting things. At one point, you cook some soup. You put together the stove that you're cooking the soup on. And, like I said, the story is nothing to write home about. But at one point, you're fixing a video, like a Game Boy. And it's just cool to, like, open it up. And, and it's obviously a very simplified version. It's not a real Game Boy. But nevertheless, it's, circuit board and batteries and cartridge. And, they should make you blow on the cartridge. That would be cool. But it's a lot of fun. I was really happy. I really, really liked it. There is a bug in one of the levels. So if you play this game and you get to the music box and you get stuck, open the top of the music box and close it again, and you may have, or close it and open it again, and you may be able to get past that spot where you get stuck at. Because I spent literally like 20 minutes trying to get past this one spot, and finally I was like, all right, I guess I reached a point where I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like an idiot, and I looked it up, and the developer on the Steam discussions, it says, yeah, this is a known bug. Sorry, try this. And I was like, oh, it wasn't me. I'm not an idiot. All right.
Who knew? I will have a look at this. I'll look at it.
Like I said, it's on mobile, so if any, people can play it no matter what system you got.
So this is called Assemble with Care for people that didn't hear it at the start.
And they added, apparently, the cappuccino machine was something they added sort of after the fact, after it came out. So they may be adding other chapters, which I think is very cool. I would love to see
which would be easy to do, wouldn't it? You'd say.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, the story sucks. It doesn't suck. It's just that it's not told very well. So prepare yourself for some kind of tedious storytelling, but nevertheless, it's a great game. Yep, big thumbs up. Assemble here.
It looks pretty cool. Right.
It is fun.
Right, we better get on because we have got a quiz from Derek. I have sent two speak pipes. Now, the first one came earlier in the week. The second one are the quiz answers. So I guess you should play the first one and we'll find
I
out what
guess
that says.
So are we just skipping over news and email?
Yes. Let's move straight to the quiz.
Suck at emails. I put a news story up, but we can talk about
We
it.
haven't got any emails, by the way, only the one from Derek, so that's good.
But thank you for not emailing in, people. People, email us. All right, here comes the first speak pipe from Derek Sainz.
Hello, Veteran Games. It's Derek Sainz again. And I spent the last couple of days off work ill with some form of food poisoning, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. I won't go into any great Jason Gallagher style detail, but, well, who can compete with the master after all?
That's true.
But all I'll say is that my visits to the toilet have been frequent and prolonged.
No.
But it got me wondering, as I sometimes do, what sort of patients are the veteran gamers when they're ill? So my questions for you this week, when was the last time you were ill? And what sort of patient are you? Do you like to have people fuss about you when you're ill? Do you like them to understand every single detail of how you're ill and what's affecting you? Do you like to stay silent and just hope you're going to get better as quickly as possible? Do you like to have some medication, or do you try to avoid that? Are you scared of needles? What sort of patient are you when you go to see a doctor? Do you listen intently and do everything they say? Do you actively try to get better? Do you like to keep busy, or do you just like to lay in bed and let nature take its course? And I think I'll leave it at that. So keep on getting better and keep on gaming.
Well, we hope you're feeling better, Derek. That's
Yeah, we do.
that's feeling ill. I've been talking a lot lately, so I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead. Somebody else go first.
I don't get ill. I've not been ill I've been to the doctors probably 3 times in the last 20 years.
Go to the doctor more often, Stu. You need regular checkups.
I don't go to the doctors. I've never been. I don't go. I have been, but very rarely. The only thing I ever go to the doctors for, and I don't even do that anymore, was to have my ears syringed. But I do that myself at home now, so I don't even do that. So there you go. I've never been. I've been off work twice in my whole career.
Breakable. He's Bruce Willis. Chinny, how about you?
Chinny's died.
Chinny's internet die again?
No. I'm back.
He's dead. Ginny's dead.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
He's so ill. He's dead.
Go ahead, Chinny.
I'm a big fan of drugs. So I will. I will let drugs do the work. I try and act quickly on the drugs, but a big thing that works for me is working through it doesn't work for me. You know, when people go, I'll just battle through. I think that's irresponsible because you could make other people ill. And B, I just don't think it tends to work for me. Like, it might work for other people, but I just don't think it works for me. I think I need a little bit of rest time, and I'm just a big fan of R&R. Just rest it up. Don't try and push yourself. Just take the drugs, drink plenty of water, and when you feel up to it, eat. When you don't. You know, just listen to your body, as it were. You know, sometimes when you're ill, you're like, I don't want to eat, and you know you don't want to eat. Don't like threat too much. Obviously, if you've not eaten for like 3 days or whatever, then that's a different thing. But you know, drink plenty of water anyway, and then eventually you'll have an appetite. Usually like toast, isn't it? That's the thing when I'm ill. It's like just a bit of toast, something dry or something really wet or whatever, and just like there's something where you just go, you know what, just a bit of toast would do me right now. The last time I was ill, I know exactly the last time I was ill was this time last year in February. I was ill in February for 3 days in a row. I remember exactly what days they were because you know, you hear everybody say this about the coronavirus, but it's like, I was ill, I bet I had it. But
you had it.
I bet I had it. I was ill over Christmas, actually. I think I had it. So I don't think it was coronavirus. But I remember like thinking about it, going, "Wow, I was really ill," but it wasn't the same symptoms. But
it was corona.
I remember Wednesday I was ill, and I don't usually take days off work when I'm ill, but I remember just saying, "No, I'm done." Thursday I was ill, but I was still like just as bad, and I remember thinking on the Thursday, if I don't get any better by Friday, I'm gonna be going to the doctors. Like, I'm concerned. I don't usually get concerned when I'm ill, I'm just like, I'm ill, whatever. But I remember Wednesday, Thursday, I was so ill. I was like, bloody hell, this is not getting better at all. I've chucked all the drugs at it, drank loads of water, and then the Friday I did start to get better. So, but I haven't gotten ill because everybody's so careful these days. You know, masks, hand sanitizer.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Like not even colds.
Don't get colds.
Of wearing masks and being like distant from each other.
I
should do.
I am all for like keeping those screens up. You know, I'm happy to downgrade to bumping fists instead of bumping elbows. I'm happy with that. Wearing masks when appropriate, like, I am all for that if that means I get ill less.
Yeah, we don't need to have COVID level, you know, restrictions forever. But yeah, like just being careful with germs. Like we've been pretty careless, and a lot of us get sick. We don't need to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think, just like hand sanitizer being available in most places is not a bad thing going forward. Wearing masks isn't too bad of a thing for me. Bumping fists, I think that's just such a easy solution to shaking hands, you know. But you're never going to avoid shaking hands, I think, when things get back to normal.
Yeah, but what happens when we go to EGX and all those people are touching everything?
Well, that's the thing, you know, hand sanitizer...
We took that anyway. We used to take that
We
anyway,
did, yeah. And I never really got ill from EGX because I used to use that. And, you know, wash your hands and, you know... But I'm a hugger anyway. I hug people.
We hug, man. We hug it out.
So, I haven't hugged anyone other than Tara, really, for a long time. So... you know, it's going to be strange when everything comes back, you know. But yeah, that's it. A year since I was ill.
I'll say that when I thought about this question, I was thinking immediately of when I almost had my thumb chewed off in a dogfight.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that well.
That I'm the type of person. I don't have a Protestant work ethic, which is the big thing in this country. I have a Jewish guilt ethic, which means that if I'm ill, I feel like I ought to be at 100% no matter what state I'm actually in. Now, that doesn't mean at work. It means that, like, at home, you know, I was like, I'm like, I need to get things. If I have something I need to get done, I will not feel happy or at peace until it's done. So that's why the propane thing was such a big deal to me, because I had made it my job to get it filled. And, like, until it was filled, my brain was, you know, I woke up at 4 a.m. like, what if the truck gets stuck? Oh my God. And it's now snowing pretty heavily, so it's a good thing the truck showed up this afternoon. Anyway, the point is, when I got into the dogfight, you know, as soon as the smoke cleared, I was like, I got to get my dog home. And they're like, your thumb is hanging on by a little scrap of skin. You need to wait until the goddamn ambulance shows up. But I was in that mode where I was like, I need to achieve this goal. You know what I mean? So when I get sick in general, that's often my status. In other words, I should be just sitting around and resting and maybe watching TV. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I got papers to grade. I got stuff to do. You know, there's this work I need to do for Amnesty International or whatever it is. So I'm working on that because it's not healthy. And it's going to make the disease last longer if I keep doing all that stuff instead of resting.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not like having people wait on me. Again, it's part of that whole fierce independent thing. My dad used to make fun of me like, dude, if you got 3 boxes you're carrying, let someone else carry one of them if they offer. Why are you being so stubborn? And I'm like, I don't know. I can do it. I guess it's some inferiority complex or something, but I never wanted to help anybody for anything. And yeah, but on the other hand, you know, when I was in hospital, I was a great patient because, you know, nurses, doctors show up and I'm like, what can I do to help? Am I doing this right? Like, what do you need from me? And when I do meet with a doctor, or anybody who knows what they're talking about, it doesn't have to just be a doctor, but it usually is in the hospital.
I'd like to hope it's a real doctor.
Thank you, doctor. Oh, I'm not a doctor.
Thank you, doctor. I'm just a janitor. It's fine.
No, but sometimes nurses know things that it can be very helpful.
It's that thing in the Simpsons. Is it when they go to see Scratchy Line? It goes, "Oh, thank you, doctor." Oh, I'm not a doctor.
I wish there's a deep dark hole I could just hide in. Okay, Sean's a hole. Anyway. The point is that I always ask a lot of questions. I always want to, like, I don't always do exactly what the doctor tells me, but it's because I want to do what's best for me. And, you know, ultimately, if you think about it, the doctor can basically make educated guesses based on what research has shown us and what other patients have said to the doctor. But, you know, it's my body. I know what feels good. I know what works well. So I have this kind of splotchy redness on my head, a little like Gorbachev, but less, you know, specific. And at one point, the doctor was like, "Here's this cream you can use on it." I was like, "Fine." I started using that. It helped a little bit. And then at one point, he was like, "Ooh, let's try a pill." So he gave me this pill, and it cleared it up, but it really messed up my indigestion levels. So I was like, you know what? This isn't working. He's like, "It looks great." I'm like, "Yeah, but my tummy, it's not happening, dude." So I think it's important that everybody, especially women, because women are often more reluctant to do this, people should realize that it's your body. The doctor can recommend things, but they're not the boss of you, and you need to decide what's good for you.
I've realised that because I went to the doctor and he said, like take your clothes off and stuff, and I said, look, it's a headache. I don't think I'm needed to do that.
I think Jerry Seinfeld did a thing about that. It's my head. Take your pants off. The doctor always wants your pants off.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't watch any more Seinfeld because bloody Amazon Prime took them off.
Oh no!
On Valentine's Day, so
Peacock was snatching up all the NBC stuff.
No, it's gone to Netflix, but it's not going to be on Netflix till June.
Oh, they do that shit all the time, don't
they? Which is fine. I don't mind. Like things get bought, and I don't know. That's just the way the business is. But why do they have to wait like a 3 month or 4-6 month whatever period to transfer it over? Like, is it that difficult? Just whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's not that. But I'm watching Malcolm in the Middle anyway, and that's fucking great.
We started watching The Great North. Have y'all seen that?
No.
Nope.
It's by the same people who made Bob's Burgers, and it has a very similar animation style. It's got Ron Swanson, Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec. Yes. It's got Dulce Sloan from The Daily Show. She's awesome. And it's got Aparna Nancherla, who's a great stand-up comedian. She's on Space Force. Anyway, it's very funny. People should check it out. All right, let's have a quiz.
Let's have a quiz.
I got a song.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
Okay, here we go. It is Song Lyric Quiz Episode 3.
Yeah.
The Veteran Gamers versus Mecha Diesel Saint. This is it's getting serious.
Yeah, it is.
It's finally here, the last episode in the trilogy. I know wrong requested, but to mark such a not very momentous milestone, I have changed up the quiz format very slightly. Answers by SpeakPipe as usual. You now have 12 instead of 10 clues.
Okay.
Wow. Featuring USA, UK, Irish, and Canadian musical artists.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I know, yeah. Wow, this is really gone up a notch. So it's 1 point for song, 1 point for band or singers. Yes. Maximum 24 points at stake. Have added one extra category to aim for as follows. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
So 1 to 9 points is nerds. 10 to 15 points is hipster wannabes. 16 to 19 points is cool cats. And 20 to 25 points is crazy, sexy, cool cats.
Wait, 20 to 25?
Yeah.
I thought you said there's 4 points on offer.
I don't know. There's 12 clues, so that's only 24. But hey, who's counting? It's fine.
I'm counting. I'm writing them down right now. I'm counting.
So let's drop the coin.
Who's counting?
In the fun jukebox and press play. Here we go.
Yeah.
Question number 1 is from the US of A, and the year is 1996.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You gotta pay to play, just for shorty bang bang to look your way.
Nope. I thought I had it, but I don't have it.
The fatness.
I have no clue.
So
that's the thing. He doesn't just do like big superstar hits. Sometimes he does things that are a little more obscure.
You might be wrong. This might be a big superstar hit.
Well, I'm not saying it couldn't be.
Say it again. Say it again.
Rolling with a fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You gotta pay to play, just for shorty bang bang to look your way.
I don't have a clue here. No.
No. Fatness. No.
Rolling with the fatness.
Try rapping it. Maybe that'll ring a bell.
Yeah, go on, Stu.
I don't know. I can't rap.
Yes, you can.
Whatever. We didn't get it. We
didn't get it. We don't know.
All right. Let me play the speak now. It is.
Okay, here are the answers to the Song Lyric Quiz, Episode 3. Number 1.
You no doubt got this one. Blackstreet, No Diggity.
Oh.
No, we did not.
Oh
Stop
no.
insulting me.
Wow.
Oh no.
Should've
Oh, I
got
love that
That
song.
is a big hit.
No diggity, no doubt.
That's a big
Anyway.
hit. Question number 2 from the UK in 2011. So the UK 2011. Okay, here we go. Okay, we need to take back in time when the music made us all unite. When it wasn't low blows and video hose. Am I the only one getting tired? Video.
I am useless this week.
Yeah, okay, we need to take it back in time when the music made us all unite. When it wasn't low blows and video hose, am I the only one getting tired? I feel like I know this. Unite.
If you don't know, you don't know. Let's move on.
No, that's the artist.
I do have.
Oh yeah.
Yet.
Wow. Okay, I guess you're gonna put us out of our misery because we have no clue.
Ludicrous. I'm gonna say ludicrous. It's just a random guess.
Okay, this isn't going.
Ludicrous.
I don't think he's from the UK, but let's see.
Oh shit.
Number 2. Possibly paid a high price for this one, but it's Jessie J and Price Tag.
I was pretty close with ludicrous.
I don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
Jessie
Yeah,
J. That's Jessie J.
Yeah, I'm not a big Jessie J fan, so I wouldn't.
She
have
can
got
sing
that.
though. Jesus.
Yeah, she's a good singer. She's a good singer. Right, question number 3 from the US of A in 2004, and we need to get some answers on the board here, people, because we're doing shit.
Bad.
We are doing shit. Right, here we go. Here we go. 2004 USA. Real guys go for real. Down to Mars, girls. Yeah. I know you'd like to think your shit don't stink.
I got it.
Go.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
It's Outcast. Caroline, I think is the name. Caroline.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. If it were from AT Aliens, I would know it, but I don't know that song. But anyway, great. Let's hear it. Let's make sure it's
Number
right.
3. Possibly came up spelling of something good if you said Outcast and Roses.
Oh, Roses.
Oh!
It's the song though. It's that song, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to have it. We can have it.
I can have it.
Yeah,
Fuck
it is.
it.
It is
I'm having it.
Caroline.
I'm having
If it's
We're
called
having it,
Rose,
man.
all right, fine. I'll put the point down, but I am doing it so under duress.
No, we got Outcast, so we still got 1 point, but I think we should have 2. It was close. Close enough.
Whatever. I'm putting down 2, but I think we only deserve 1. Go ahead.
Look, we're doing shit, Duke. Just take it, all right?
Shit, but I wanna
Roses
be
really
honest.
smell like boo woo.
Do I look like Major Rawls?
Right, anyway, question number 4 is from Canada, 1984.
Okay.
Originally an album track only in 1984, but released several times since as a single.
What?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I did my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth. I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song.
What? If it's been released several times since then, it means it's really
Right,
popular.
let's think.
but-
Whoa. Let's think
Shit.
Canadian artists from 1984 that were popular.
Celine Dion.
No.
I don't know. She's from Canada, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not her. That's not her lyrics.
Jim Carrey. He's from Canada, isn't he?
Justin Bieber. He wasn't even born in
He wasn't even born in
1984.
No, was I wasn't born.
Clapping heads.
I did my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth. I didn't come to fool you.
I didn't come to fool you, even though it went wrong.
By the way, while Chinny is caterwauling,
I'll stand
Derek,
before the Lord of Song.
hello, can you hear me? Derek has clarified on both of the chats that it's 2 points for the singers on Clue 9. I guess there's 2 singers on Clue 9, so that's why it's 20. Okay, thank you, Derek. We don't know this song either, do we?
Daddy cool. I don't know.
I'm gonna play the pipe so we can find out what the answer is, even though we don't know it.
Wow, we're not doing well here.
An intervention needed if you said Leonard Cohen. Hallelujah.
Oh wow.
Oh, God.
Lyrics again.
What's the lyrics, Stu?
I did my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth.
I knew that. I should have known that.
I didn't come to fool ya.
What kind of song are you listening to?
Hallelujah.
Yeah. See, if you'd have put that in, I would know what it was.
Hallelujah.
Ragged and slow.
Hallelujah.
Anyway, number 5.
Hallelujah.
We're doing terribly here. I think we'll be lucky to get nerds at this point. Mind you, we have just about got nerds.
Jerks.
Jerks.
I know, yeah. More like it.
Nerds are smart.
Question number 5. USA 2003. Tennis shoes don't even need to buy a new dress. If you ain't there, ain't nobody else to impress. It's the way that you know what I thought I knew. Is to beat my heart skips when I'm with you.
What year?
2003. Tennis shoes don't even need to buy a new dress. If you ain't there, ain't nobody else to impress. So
It's a woman.
it's a woman's. It's a female artist. It's the way you know what I thought I knew. Is to beat my heart skips when I'm with you.
Is that Madonna? Is it like time keeps? Is it the time? Time keeps. Is it that one? Time goes by so slowly. I think I'm gonna go with that Madonna track, whatever the fuck that one's called, Time or whatever. Which is a fucking tune, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's find out, shall we?
Number 5. You'd be crazy if you didn't get this one. Beyonce. Crazy in.
Oh, it's Beyonce.
You're crazy. Here we go. I got the Millhouse clip. You ready?
Nerd to them. I'm not a nerd, Bart. Nerds are smart.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's us.
We're not doing very well here, people.
No.
Question number 6. UK 1995.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
You've got a velvet mouth. You're so succulent and beautiful, shimmering and dirty, wonderful. And hot times on your telephone line. You got to Neverland on your telephone, and in walks an angel.
Is that not Born Slippy? Say it with a beat behind it. Go ahead, read the lyrics.
I don't think that's Born Slippy.
Just
Hasn't even got any lyrics, man.
What are you talking about? You got it, bad, it's out of you, boy. Of course there's lyrics to that song.
Yeah, but it's not that. Hot times on the telephone line.
On the telephone, a hot time, never watch mix. Of course it's not lyric.
Okay.
I mean, I'm certain that it is.
Okay.
The year is about the time when it came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was around the mid-90s.
Underworld doesn't have your usual, like, oh, I'm in love with a hot girl lyrics. Those are kind of unusual lyrics.
Okay.
If you have a better question, I'll hear
I
it.
haven't got a better guess, but if it's that, I will stand corrected.
Well,
If you read the lyrics like I'm asking you to, it might sound right.
Read it, Stu. Go.
You got a velvet, but you're so succulent. No, it's definitely not that. A beautiful, shimmering, and dirty, wonderful. No, it is not. And hot times on your telephone line. You got to Neverland on your telephone, and in walks an angel.
All I know in the lyrics is, you, boy, she's looking at you, boy.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. Well, you never know. Maybe it is. We haven't got a better guess.
Stop trying to just make a decision and stick with it, Stu. Stop trying to backtrack.
Just do it. Just go. Do it.
Okay, should we?
Well, what else are we going to do?
What else are we going to do?
Slip ups allowed.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
Because I looked to see what the freaking answer was by typing in some of the lyrics, and guess I'll teach you to doubt me.
Wow.
Where is it? Come on, get to the part.
Wow.
Yeah, now what? See? It's because you read it right. That's how I knew.
All I ever hear on that is louder, 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 louder.
Oh, never.
Red,
Here's
red,
the
yellow, yellow, white thing. Yellow, yellow, white thing.
Angel boy in the doorway, boy. She was a lipstick boy. She was a beautiful boy in tears, boy, and all in your inner space, boy. I mean, it's weird lyrics.
I think they wrote it. I think they wrote it like just before they was going to go in the booth. They go, we need to put something together here.
Yeah.
Chemicals, boy, so close to you.
Wow.
Just say boy.
Yeah. Mad props, man. Mad props.
Mad props.
That is mad props.
One of the Duchess's favorite songs ever, and I did a remix of it for our wedding reception, and it's a awesome remix. So if anybody wants to hear that, you can hear it on the.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't get that, then you're a bad boy. You haven't got it. So well done.
Oh, the goddamn lyrics, because like I said, the lyrics are really hard to understand. But
I'm impressed. Totally impressed. Yeah. Question number. By the way, most of the time when I hear that song, I can't even tell what he's saying.
Right.
So you know. Question number 7, 1995 in the US of A. Here we go.
Okay.
Summertime skirts and the guys in Carney. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. You got to get your groove on before you get paid.
What year was it again? Sorry.
1995.
Okay, and then read it again.
Summertime skirts and the guys in Carney. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. You got to get your groove on before you get paid. I know those lyrics.
I don't think I do.
About the drive-by, you got to get your groove on before you get paid. Isn't that "Summertime" by Will Smith? Is it?
It's
no.
No.
I listen to it every summer. I know it's not it.
No. I don't think Will Smith would rap about drive-bys.
I don't know. Maybe he did.
No, he doesn't in that song. I know for a fact he does not.
No, but he says all. It's not. He's not rapping about the drive. He's saying just all the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by.
Duke said, Smith. Duke, I'm going to back Duke.
I know.
I
know that.
Read it again, Stu, one more time.
Summertime skirts and the guys in Carney. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. You got to get your groove on before you get paid.
No, I'm drawing a blank on this one, I'm afraid.
I got the last one, so I got more points than anybody for our team.
You have.
I'm still coasting on the Adele one that I got last time.
Yeah,
so.
That was impressive.
I guess we should play the thing. I don't know what it is.
Let's do it.
Number 7. How did you do? Good, I hope. It's Montel Jordan, and this is how we.
This is how we do it.
I don't know that song very well. I just know the hook.
Yeah. We're doing really badly here, by the way. Question number 8, UK 2008.
We're halfway done, and there's a lot of points on the table. We could become hipster wannabes. That's not fair.
We'll have to see.
Anyway, go ahead. Next one.
I love you much. It's not enough. You love blow, and I love puff. And life is like a pipe, and I am a tiny penny rolling up the walls inside.
What year?
2008, and it's a UK artist. I love you much. It's not enough. You love blow, and I love puff. And life is like a pipe, and I'm a tiny penny rolling up the walls inside.
I'm guessing that's not Puff Daddy.
No, I feel like Derek has gone obscure this week. You know, trying to find obscure lyrics in the song.
He's not that obscure, to be fair.
No.
It's hard to hear the words, but it's not obscure.
Yeah. I love you much. It's not enough.
No, neither
you
is
love blow, and I love puff.
But I don't know this one.
Well, it's something to do with drugs.
It would be great, Derek, if you're looking for another idea for future quizzes, go into our Spotify libraries. And I don't know if you can sort other people's music by most often played, but that would be cool for you to do things that we've listened to a bunch.
Yeah.
That could be. Anyway, are we guessing, or are we just going to hem and haw for another 3 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know this one, I'm afraid.
No idea.
Number 8. You have to go to the back of the class if you didn't say Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
I don't know any Amy Winehouse.
Back to Black, Amy Winehouse.
Wow. Rest her soul. Rest her soul. Question number 9, USA 1993. Okay, you ready? This is one for you.
This is my jam right here. Hopefully.
This is your jam, man. Here we go. Out in the crowd and yo, it was a good throw. How do I know? Because the crowd went yo. Actually, I read that wrong, but I'll do it again. Here we go. Out in the crowd and yo, it was a good throw. And how do I know? Because the crowd went ho. That's what I should have said. There you go.
Well, that makes me think it might be Hip Hop Hooray. Because there's a lot of calm
Hooray, ho, her. Let me clear my throat.
Be, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
I was a rabbit in a hat with a, yeah.
The girl who looked good, I would call her. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go Hip Hop Hooray because I think it's more likely to be that. But even I don't know. He did a Naughty by Nature song once upon a time, not too long ago, didn't he? I can't decide. Yeah, let's do Naughty by Nature. Hip Hop Hooray. Anybody have a better guess or more?
Nope.
From that? Let's see.
Number 9. You hopefully didn't say Will Smith and said DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince with Boom Shake the Room.
Boom, boom, shake, shake the
Far
room.
away from Naughty by Nature, but okay, whatever.
Okay. We're doing
You were right
terrible.
earlier about Will Smith, Stu. You just said it too soon.
Yeah, I did. That was Will Smith. Oh, I just said that. Anyway, number 10. Island, 1990. So it's Island, 1990. Here we go.
That was the one, by the way, that we just had. That was 2 points possible for the artists.
Oh,
But
yeah,
we got 'em.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith.
Two.
Anyway, question number 10. In Ireland in 1990, I could put my arms around every boy I see, but they'd only remind me of you. I went to the doctor, and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, girl, you better try to have fun. Oh, I can hear it now. Guess what he told me? Guess what? Oh, Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares to you.
Oh, yeah. I think you're
Oh,
right.
yeah. Originally written by Prince, by the way.
Do 'em right. Sing them right.
What?
Pardon?
You gotta sing them right. Do the lines the way she sings them.
I went to the doctor and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, girl, you better try to have fun. I don't know. Something like that.
I went to the doctor.
The Pope is dead.
And guess what he told me? Guess what he told me?
Nothing compares to the veteran gamers.
Yay.
Who said Sinead O'Connor and nothing compares to you.
I
look
think,
at
we should have an extra point, though, because I said Prince originally wrote that as well. So
No.
extra point for that.
That's not on the table.
Yeah,
Next
anyway.
one.
Question number...
All right, we got 6. We need 3 more points. No,
okay,
4 more points.
We've got 4 available. Here we go.
Points available? That's it? Shit.
Yeah, we've only 2 more questions. Question number 11, UK, 1996.
Okay.
I said, pretend you got no money. She just laughed and said, you're so funny. I said, yeah, well, I can't see anyone else smiling in here.
Is that just a private conversation between somebody?
No. I said, pretend you got no money. She just laughed and said, you're so funny. I said, yeah, well, I can't see anybody else smiling in here.
I can't even think of what acts were popular at that time. In the
1996. See, mid-90s is not my jam at all. I would never
So,
get
1996, hold on, 1996, say it again, go.
I said, pretend you got no money. She just laughed and said, you're so funny. I said, yeah, well, I can't see anyone else smiling in here.
So funny. No.
No, I'm
No.
drawing a blank. I'm sure I'll know it once he says what it is.
Yeah, I'll know the answer when you read out the answer, yeah.
Around that time, here's what I was listening to. Lyrics like this. Yo, I used to check out lyrics upon the format. Bill was skilled, technique, computer ADAT. My lyrical form is clouds on your brainstorm. I get hype, think, thought flow, acrobat. Anyway, that's Diesel Power from Prodigy featuring Dr. Octagon.
Number 11.
Okay.
Common people like the veteran gamer said pop. Common people.
Oh,
No, he didn't.
No, come on, people.
All right, well, we're nerds.
I said,
So-
pretend you got no money. She just laughed and said, you're so funny.
Oh, now you know
That's
it.
how it goes. It's got to spell that out. Question number 12, final question. Here we go, and we have done terrible tonight, but let's do this anyway. USA 2008. Soft skin, red lips, so kissable, hard to resist, so touchable. Too good to deny it, ain't no big deal, it's innocent.
Bootylicious.
No. Oh, say it again. What year is it again? Sorry.
2008.
All right. Read it
Soft skin, red lips, so kissable, hard to resist, so touchable. Too good to deny it, it ain't no big deal, it's innocent.
Where is this? Where from?
USA. The US of A.
And one more. Sorry, Stu. Read it again.
Soft skin, red lips, so kissable. Hard to resist, so touchable. Too good to deny it. Ain't no big deal. It's innocent. Is this Katy Perry? I don't know.
Is it I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It?
I think it is. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Yeah, it is. I think you're right. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
One of the kids' songs spreading lesbianism and the normalization of alternative lifestyles, sending us all straight to hell.
Round if you said Katy Perry and I Kissed a Girl.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yay! Got 7 points.
Joint
So
effort. Joint effort.
Yeah, well done there. Good.
8 points. We're so close to being hipster wannabes, but instead we are not. We are.
Wow, we did terrible tonight.
You know what? It's okay. We're not always going to knock it out of the park. Last time we got the highest possible tier of score, so
Yeah.
it's all right. You don't appreciate victories unless you have a few defeats here and there. That said, it was rigged. We hate you, Derek, and
Yeah, we hate you, man.
Correct.
We hate you now.
Modifies.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
There you go. Right, we need to do some shout outs.
Yes, let's do some shout outs,
Get
shall
the
we?
hell out of here. Yeah, let's do that.
Hey!
I'll go first. I want to shout out It's a Stinky Poo because he said in the chat, hey, I've been reading your book. And I was like, what are you talking about? He said Nimbus X. He's like, I really want more chapters. And here's the thing. People don't realize how much of an inducement that is for someone like me. Like if there's a writer who is famous, they hear one person say, I want more chapters. They're going to be like, yeah, whatever. Lots of people want lots of things. But for me, if I put a story out there and I don't hear anything from anybody, which I often don't, then it means a lot when someone says that they read it and they liked it and they want more. So thank you, Stinky. And yeah, I will work on some more. All the things I have going on all the time. I actually have a piece that I wrote about the movie Quiz Show recently that I'm trying to get finished. So I'm going to finish that. And then my next creative project will be that. So thank you. And thanks to everybody who showed me love. Tim Kelly has famously given me some good feedback on that. And yeah, so thanks to everybody who's shown love to the old Duke. And thanks to Derek for the quiz every week. It's a lot of fun.
There you go.
Oh,
Yes, thank you, Derek. Right, I'll go next. I'm just going to go. I'm going to say thank you to Duke for being the best guide in Valheim because I was a bit like, no idea what I'm doing. And Duke set me straight. He was great. And I'd just like, in fact, look, I did a rock music remix mix this week. So it's all remixes of rock songs. And it's doing quite well, and there's a lot of people listening and favorited it and all that sort of stuff. So thank you very much to everybody who's given that a listen on my Mixcloud page. So thank you very much. And it's currently number 41 in the rock charts on Mixcloud, but I don't think that's a big achievement because there ain't that many probably new rock mixes on there.
Whatever. Claim victory and depart the field, man.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and give it a listen if you haven't done it. It's quite cool.
Cool.
Ginny,
what do you got?
Ginny, over to you.
Well, shout out to the SEAL crew for letting me in the in the server. So shout out to those folks. Shout out to Duke as well for introducing me to the old Valheim and putting up with having some patience, I guess.
We should do it again.
Yeah, we should. And yeah, shout out to Derek for doing those bloody quizzes that we're crap at. So no,
exactly.
Thanks to everybody who helps out with the show. Really, we do.
I had a thought with Valheim. Can I start that server up again that we played on, or did it once I quit? Did that?
Yeah,
I assume no, you'll still have it, I guess.
I think it'd still be on your So if you started it, yeah, we could carry on if you're on, so to speak. Yeah.
By the way, can I just do one more shout out? Actually, this is not to people who will ever hear this, and this is a bit of a weird shout out, but I'm going to shout out AstraZeneca, okay, because we have a resident at work who had to go to hospital. Who's had the vaccine, had the Oxford jab, unfortunately contracted COVID without realizing whilst they were in hospital. She's 93 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. But has had no symptoms whatsoever.
Bam! Science, bitches.
So although she's unfortunately got COVID and could potentially pass it on to other people where I work, she's had no symptoms. She's completely symptom free. And the only reason, obviously, they do regular testing of the residents, and that's the only reason that they found out she had it.
Yeah.
Which isn't a great thing, because it's almost like asymptomatic people.
But still, science.
But 93-year-old and no symptoms.
And while we're shouting out science, by the way, congratulations to NASA for landing the probe Perseverance on Mars, which is going to look for life on Mars.
They've got a Twitter account. It's very cool because it's in the first person, so it's like, I'm a place to land.
NASA is absolutely brilliant at social media and communication, and just being so transparent with what they're doing, broadcasting their coverage and their live coverage. We watched the live coverage on YouTube. We streamed it on the TV. We watched Perseverance land live, and it was so good. They got kids to ask really cool questions. They really explain. They visualize the whole thing, and it's so interesting. So shout out to science for the vaccine. Shout out to science for putting shit on different planets. It's amazing what we can do with science if we all work together.
Science is very clever.
Yes, very clever. And also, do you know, on the Perseverance Pro, I didn't know this, right? They got a fucking drone on that bitch.
Yeah.
They got a drone on that bitch.
They got a fucking drone. So that you know, it looks like every other one. It's the biggest probe that they put out. So you know, when you think of Mars rover, you kind of have an image in your head. It looks like Short Circuit combined with a fucking go-kart, right? And it's the size of like a car, basically. And but they have a drone on it, which is super, super lightweight. And at first you think, oh yeah, that seems so obvious. But obviously the atmosphere in Mars is very, very different to Earth. So things like air resistance and fuel in it and all sorts of stuff become very, very different. How do you control it? The atmosphere in Mars is so much thinner than it is in Earth. So keeping it steady, and it's just, I'm like, oh my God, I never even thought about that. Like putting drones on different planets, that's going to be, and they do have a camera on it. It's not going to be great pictures, but they do have a camera on it, so they will be taking pictures on it.
What are you talking about? They'll have a 4K bloody thing on, man. It's going to be great pictures.
But it's amazing. I love all that stuff, and it's my dad that got me into.
Do you know what though, Chinny? You know what, Chinny?
Yep.
They'll be banging that shit out in VR, and people will be flying around Mars with the VR headsets on. That's what's going to be happening. I'm telling you now.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can visit Mars in VR, pretty much.
Yeah, you can though. They've got all the obviously from the Mars rover photographs in 360. You can go and have a look.
Have a look at it.
I'm telling you now, you'll be flying around on it. That's
yeah. It's very cool.
That'd be very cool.
I tell you what though, fuck all there.
No, it's just a lot of
fuck all that. No Red Dead there. No internet. Nothing.
No,
not even.
You can find like gullies where there used to be water. Oh my God! Water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sykes is like, what the hell is Nazi even doing? Did you know there was once water on Mars?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? Are you talking to me? Because I don't give a fuck. Did you know there was?
You're not to me. I'm talking to you.
What, you in this glass? Why don't you go write up a little paper on that?
There's fucking loads of water here. What are you fucking looking over there for? What a waste of time.
Welfare program for smart people. Why don't y'all just look up? I don't know. Look up. I love Wanda Sykes. She's...
Oh dear.
All right, is that it?
Yeah. I think that's it.
I think we're done.
If you
like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net.
VGHub.net, people, check it out. I don't need to tell you twice.
What?
And now it's got hot new games like The Legend of Zoltar.
Plus it cures all disease, dude.
No more video games because they cause stress and they raise your heart rate.
More stress than being a police officer?
Jake, absolutely.
I'm just saying, Jesus. Stupid game.
There we are.
Before we go, Duke, I don't know what's the matter with your sound settings, but you're cutting off big time. All
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way through the show.
I was going to say, Duke, you said you were doing something different, but whatever you've done, it's like doing that thing again where your sound effects are like you can hear them, and what I'm thinking is
some of them are mega quiet.
Through the recording, probably through the recording, they sound fine. But the thing is, when you talk, we're talking over you again, and we can't hear you again.
We can't hear you when you talk at all. It's worse than it was before.
Well, I think I know why. Because does it sound a little better now?
It might do.
At the same time as we're talking.
We're talking. Oh my god.
Talking now. And
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay, so what I did, here's the thing. When I'm playing games with people on Discord, I turn on the noise cancellation and the things that might make me sound better while I'm having a game chat. But when we do the recording, I need to turn those off, and I forgot to turn those off.
I nearly said at the beginning of the show, but then I didn't want to interrupt the flow and stuff. Could have done it when Chinny went off, I guess.
Well, I'm glad you told me, because I appreciate that note. I want to be clear and not be hard to hear. So I'm just going to leave them off, and if people have problems with that, they can suck an egg.
Suck an egg.
I was just like, oh no, and it got so bad towards the end, and I'm just like, oh geez.
Well, I'm glad that we got it sorted.
It'll be fine next week.
Loud Duke, woo!
Yeah, and you've gone quieter now as well, so I can turn you back up.
I hit stop on the thing. Yay! All
That's
right,
better.
well, thank you all.
Oh, there you go. That's better. I can actually hear you now.
Cool.
Maybe I'll just leave the mic plugged in from now on. I don't know.
Yeah, that is better.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Sweet.
have a good night, guys.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Schoolwork.
See, we could have been. This is how it should be.
We got students coming back tomorrow, so wish me luck.
Oh,
but I only got like 3 in my big.
Well, we get to find out what the hell's about to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, we get announcements tomorrow.
Tomorrow, big ones.
What do you think, Stu?
Fuck knows. I don't know. But I've got an Airbnb booked for the first week in April, so I'm hoping like self-catering can be open.
Nah.
But that's the only thing I want. I know.
Vaccines is what's needed. We don't have that quite.
Well, we've got nearly 20 million vaccinated.
And you got a lot fewer people than we got. So.
66. We got 66 million.
No, 77, isn't it?
66. 66 million.
Do you know the population? Do you know the population of the United States?
Yeah, it's about 230 something.
No.
300.
No. 350 million.
Wow, that is a lot.
Right. So you have fewer than us.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean that's not a contest. I'm just saying, like you'll probably open up.
But you know what? You've got more people to do the vaccination, so you can still do it at the same rate.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's only a finite amount of vaccines.
Yeah, but the US have already bought enough to vaccinate everybody twice.
Yeah, but they've still got to be manufactured. Yeah, but they've still got to be manufactured.
No, they've bought. Yeah, but they
so fast.
I always still have to be manufactured. They're not dishing them out.
We were quite lucky though, because we got it early, didn't we? And went, give us your fucking vaccine.
Well, that's because they're fucking run by a maniac over there.
Give us your fucking vaccine. Give us your fucking vaccines. Unlike Europe, which has made a fucking right balls up of it all.
Yeah, well.
See, Brexit, it was a good thing.
No, it wasn't.
No, it really was not.
It was a good thing for the vaccines, though. Otherwise, we'd have been screwed well along with Europe while they were negotiating a better price for them.
I don't know about that. I can't comment on it. But
that's what's happened. So basically, the UK went, we'll just pay whatever you say.
I don't know that I believe you.
Europe, no, seriously, Europe negotiated the price for 3 more months.
Seriously does not necessarily convince me.
Look it up. Look it up.
Well, I don't have any time or interest in doing that kind of research. But if you find a link, if you can give me a source,
I will send you a link to what happened.
And now I must bid you a fondue.
You can do a fondue.
Good night.
See you later. Jesus Christ, I can't. Oh my God, I was just like, the Duke cutting off was really bad tonight.
I don't think it was that bad.
It was pretty bad. Yeah. So there you go. That's pretty
Cool.
good.
All right, say bye to the stream.